Alex are here.
All right.
Well.
Because on this day, and because I had the vinyl, because I had the vinyl mostly, but 40 years ago today, New Order released the single Confusion. There you go.
Produced by an influential DJ, it says. Arthur Baker and DJ John Jellybean Benitez.
He's Madonna's boyfriend.
Oh, that's right.
They did the rarity for New Order. They recorded it in New York, and it was a big disco hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I only played that in the clubs. We never played it on the air.
I know, and I'm not. I know a lot of New Order songs. I'm not particularly familiar with it. I think it's great. I like it.
This song
This one here?
is what Molly Ringwald was making her dress in Pretty in Pink when she was listening to this song.
The Confusion is notable because both Peter Hook and Bernard Sumner are playing bass. Two bass players on the song. Nice.
Slap at the bass. It's a lot of bass.
It's all about.
Still not as much bass as Spinal Tap's Big Bottom, though.
Well, no.
Because all three of them were playing bass.
Talk about mud flaps.
Yeah.
There are many versions of that, mixes of that, too, of Confusion. Many, many.
That one I pulled off of Substance, a record that has seen a lot of travels.
Yeah.
Moving around from house to house with you.
That and clubs and, yeah.
Now, you still, you have all your vinyl that you...
No, not all of it. I got rid of a lot of it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I didn't think it was coming back.
Yeah.
Silly me.
But you don't have a turntable.
I do. I just got to hook it up.
Oh.
That's
Well,
the thing.
that's... Don't you have a plug?
It's a little bit more than that. It's a really older system.
Yeah. I remember the first stereo system I had. It was a Magnavox with detachable speaker. So it almost like a suitcase. It had two speakers that clipped onto the side of and then the turntable was in the middle, and it had pretty good sound. Not huge, but not like one of the big. I had a big Pioneer turntable system some years later, but I took that traveled with me from Utah to Pennsylvania, that Magnavox record player, and I used it in Pennsylvania for 3 or 4 years.
My first record player was a Fisher-Price.
Uh-oh. So not really a record player.
It was a record player
Yeah.
because Carrie probably had these too.
Yeah.
There were little Disney stories, little
Yeah.
books with the record, and
I've-
you would put the record on the record player and read along with the record.
I've still got those. Yeah.
You do?
I got a couple of them, yeah. I don't have the books, but I have the record.
I have my 78 RPMs, Mickey and the Beanstalk, in the full color book where you hear the noise and
Yeah,
you
turn
the
the
page.
page, yeah.
And it's Uncle Johnny telling the story of Mickey and the Beanstalk to Lana and Bobby, two Mouseketeers.
You guys should bring those in, and we can play them on the record player.
We don't.
here.
I don't think that doesn't play 78.
It does.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah. If you press both the 33 and the 45, it'll engage the 78.
There are a couple of songs. There are some songs on that, Mickey and the Beanstalk, like pancakes, pancakes, sweet potato pie, piled up till they reach the sky, and the harp, who was really sexy, and like when you're a 7-year-old boy and you go, I don't know why looking at her makes me feel funny, but it does, and she sings, in his right vest pocket you'll find the key. I remember these so vividly, and Willie the Giant, pot roast. Chocolate-covered pot roast with smashimo, with me, with green gravy. Mickey and the Beanstalk I listened to that over and over and over again because I was 7, and when you're 7, you're dumb. Just a dumb little kid.
I'm trying to find
And then I had all those little golden records,
Yeah.
too, with Disney, like Lambert the Sheepish Lion. And
Lambert.
he was always trying to be a wild and woolly sheep instead of a sheepish lion. And, yeah, all of that crap.
crap? That's not crap.
Well, no, it's great. I mean, it's great when you're growing up. It's great when you're little because you're dumb and you go, oh, that's good.
It was all we had.
And, of course, the ever popular What Makes the Red Man Red from Peter Pan. Yeah, they released all of those on those little golden records.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, man, I had stacks of them. There we go.
Lobster, sweet potato pie, pancakes piled up till they reach the sky. Oh, I want to eat till I die. Lobster, sweet potato pie, pancakes piled up till they reach the sky. Lots of starches, lots of greens, fancy chocolate covered beans. What do you mean, beans?
Yeah, fellas, I sold the cow for some magic beans.
Now Donald goes insane.
Of course.
And the picture of him, his eyes are
These are not
spinning.
ordinary beans. They're magic beans.
Uh-huh.
You plant these beans
They
in the light of
are.
a full moon, you know what'll happen?
Yes, my good God,
Donald was right to be upset.
But I bought them from Joe Rogan.
Poor Mickey.
They'll cure anything.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
There's a new game show I saw advertised yesterday called Snake Oil, hosted by David Spade, and it's fake commercials mixed with real commercials, real products with fake products, and you have to decide whether it's real or is it real or is it snake oil? It sounds like a terrible idea.
I don't believe this will last.
Where is this show?
Do you want me to
Yeah,
look?
find
I
it,
can't
would you?
remember. Doesn't it sound awful?
It does. It sounds awful enough that I need to look at it.
Snake oil game.
Is it? It's on now, or they were just promoting upcoming?
I saw it advertised. Let me look.
Yeah, I need to. It sounds terrible. I need to see this.
The official teaser for Snake Oil. David Spade hosts a new game show, Snake Oil, at Fox.
And has it started? I listened to Dana Carvey and David Spade on their podcast, and David Spade is not funny. Dana Carvey is funny and is very good and does great impressions, and he's very funny. David Spade is not funny, and he kind of knows he's not funny.
When he's the time that I enjoyed him was, and I can't remember the name of the show. It was on Comedy Central, and he hosted.
Yeah.
And he would come out and do a monologue, and then he'd have guests on, and they'd all sit around and just BS. And that I enjoyed because he was rarely interjecting. It was the guests going back and forth.
Yeah.
And he was able to bounce back and forth with them okay.
Okay. Yeah.
When he's in the room. I think the disadvantage that he has is that he's not in the room with anyone else when they do that podcast.
Yeah. Maybe.
I think that's got something to do with
The
it.
network has ordered Snake Oil, fronted by David Spade and executive produced by Will Arnett.
Well, he needs something to do.
I guess.
All right.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right, a couple of things here. We're going to take a break. In that break, you will have the opportunity to call us and check in with the Radio from Hell show. The number is 877-602-9696. Check in with us. We love to hear from you in the morning. Also, you might take that opportunity or take a moment to send us your things that must go.
We need them.
Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line. We need a few more for this morning because today we do things that must go.
What's bothering you? Let us know. We'll make it go away.
So 877-602-9696 or text us 33986 or email us radiofromhell@x96.com.
Snowbird Ski and Summer Resort.
It's a great summer at Snowbird. And it's, you've got the summer activities. You've got the mountain coaster, the alpine slide, the zip whipper, and the nation's only tram with rooftop balcony. You can ride on the roof of the tram.
I can't even imagine that.
And also it has a glass floor. So that's interesting, too.
Wow.
Buy an all-day activities pass for your fun at Snowbird this summer. You buy the all-day activity pass online for best pricing. That's just snowbird.com. And remember, Oktoberfest is going strong. Saturdays and Sundays from noon to 6 through October 15th, and that includes Labor Day. Great food and dancing. And why don't you go up there and stay overnight and take advantage of all of this stuff? You can get a lodging package, a dine and stay package for $125 per night, I think it is. And it's get a dining credit. It's snowbird.com for all the details. Oh, and they're hiring, too. It's a great place to work. Snowbird.com.
So my daughter yesterday came downstairs and she said, I took a personality test and I am the rarest personality type in the world.
Which is what?
Well, there's this test called the Myers-Briggs test.
I'm taking this test right now. You
Yeah,
send it to us.
I'm doing it now.
I'm
too.
trying to take it while you're talking, so go ahead.
And I think one of her classes at school, this was an exercise they were doing like in health class or something, but she was quite proud of the fact that she was the rarest personality type in the world, which is, there's a bunch of different kinds. There's the architect, the logician, the commander, the debater, the advocate, the mediator, the protagonist, the campaigner, the defender, the executive, the counsel. There's a bunch of them.
Says 16. Isn't that what it means? 16
yeah.
personalities?
And she was an advocate, which is someone that's, they say like Nelson Mandela is an advocate, and Mother Teresa is an advocate, and that sort of. So she was very excited, and she said to my husband, she said, Dad, I want you to take this test because we are so similar. I bet you're the same.
I thought she was going to say, I want to move to South Africa.
I bet you're the. Now these tests, who knows how accurate they are. However, I look at how it describes her, and my husband was like, I don't think we're going to be the same. He took the test. He's the same. He is the same as her. And I took the test, and I am not the same as them. They are advocates.
Did it indicate that you had a personality?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm a mediator. I am.
No kidding.
No, but so if you say these tests are bunk,
I don't think they're bunk.
That doesn't surprise you when you hear that that's what mine is, right?
No, I think that they're, that they can be one gauge, one way of looking at a person and trying to figure out what they're like.
Yeah,
it's not everything, but
I found it very very interesting. But it says mediators you may know, people that share my personality type. William Shakespeare.
Well,
your personality type?
Mine.
Yours, okay.
Alicia Keys, Bjork.
Yeah.
Bjork.
Tom Hiddleston. I don't know why.
Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
But the last one they say, mediators you may know, famous people that share your personality type. Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
So this is why I want you guys to take the test.
I wish you would sent this early enough. We could.
Yeah, this is taking a while,
I'm
actually.
trying to get through it here, and I can't. I'm not going to be able to get through it through the.
I think there's like 30 questions. Maybe you guys can take it, and we've got time before the end of the show. We can revisit it.
Okay, I'm going to stop taking it right now because I can't focus on. Can you focus on two things at once?
Is that a question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I disagree.
You have got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future. Well, hell no. You rarely dwell on your regrets. No, I dwell on my regrets constantly, so that would be disagree? All right, okay.
You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly... what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys keep taking this during the commercials, and then maybe we have some space later in the show, I think, where we can get your results. And if people want, I'll tweet out this test if you want to take the test too. I found it to be very accurate.
You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Well, let's not do this. Let's not.
Let's not do this.
Let's not do this now. Let's do it sometime later. Okay.
All right. Well, okay.
Okay, does that sound like a plan?
All right. We'll take it off.
I'm
the air.
mediating this. I'm helping us through this.
We'll see. All right.
All right. You want to check in? Nobody's clogging up the line, so you've got just freedom to call in and say whatever you like. 877-602-9696. You can also text us 33986.
And we can just move right along.
All right. The moon is a waxing crescent moon, 40.8% of full. The moon will rise today, 1:59 p.m. Today being Wednesday, it's the 23rd day of August, in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2023. It's Slavery Remembrance Day. The slave
They don't
trade.
celebrate that in Florida.
The slave trade was one of the most horrible infringements of human rights in human history. For over 400 years, more than 15 million men, women, and children from Africa were the victims of the transatlantic slave trade. It's a National Cuban Sandwich Day,
Ooh,
also known as a Cubano.
love it.
Ham, roasted pork, Swiss cheese, pickles, mustard. Mm-hmm. And it's also Find Your Inner Nerd Day.
I plan to.
Author John Green says nerds like us are allowed to be unironically enthusiastic about stuff. Nerds are allowed to love stuff.
Sure.
To jump up and down in your chair and you can't control yourself, love stuff.
Sure.
That's what nerds are. So get ready, because here it comes. It's time for in-your-face comedy, news, and opinionated theories on just about any topic you can imagine. It's all generated in the Broadway Media radio studios by the only morning show in America capable of this kind of broadcast entertainment. That's right. It's the award-winning Radio from Hell show, starring the lords of morning radio, Kerry Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi. Katie for short is our producer, and here helping us out today, Dawson and Macy.
Yep.
I always want to say Miriam because we had a Miriam.
We
We
did.
did have a Miriam, yes.
It's Macy.
Now, people are texting in things that must go. We want you to email us your things that must go, but I'll read this one anyway. Things that must go. The married men who have been married over 20 plus years wanting to cheat on their wives with younger women, as well as younger women who know about the wife participating in these activities and smiling in the wife's face like nothing happened.
That is a very wordy country song.
Hey, Molly Mormon's on line one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Haven't heard from Molly in a while. Let's see. Molly Mormon.
Good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Are you in Provo this morning?
I am in Provo, Utah. Correct.
All right.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm calling because today, if I were to say I'm a streak runner, you might think that I am a streaker, and that's not the case.
You don't take off your
Today-
clothes and run around. No.
I mean, not regularly.
No,
But today,
you've been known to. But,
well, that's not why I called. But
okay.
Okay.
today I am on a running streak of
Okay.
running at least 1 mile a day, and today is day number 1,000.
Wow.
That's
in a row.
amazing.
Well done.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now,
Let me-
when you're
let me give you
running,
this.
I-
There you
now
go.
is this on a treadmill or out on the road or?
It can be either. I prefer outside to a treadmill, but if it's icy, then I'll do a treadmill. But I prefer outside.
Well, congratulations. I think
Good
that's
for you.
terrific. Do you run? You say at least a mile. Do you run more than a mile?
Yes, I mean, yeah. Anytime I'm training for a race or just in the mood to do more, but it's better if I could get it done earlier in the day. But if it gets to be, oh my gosh, it's been all day and I haven't done it yet,
Yeah.
then I'll just 9:30 at night. Then I'll definitely just do the 1 mile just to get it over with.
Well done.
Get it over with.
Yep.
Well,
Thank you.
congratulations. I think that's great. How's your family? Is your lovely daughter still working at Cracker Barrel?
She sure is. I just went there the other day
It's
to
a-
see her, and I thought, I wonder if this is just going to end up being a bit that Bill and I one day will go to Cracker Barrel together.
I think you should.
I really want to do it. I should
Make it happen.
We should
Yes.
just make it happen. Let's set a goal that it will happen sometime in September.
I love that idea.
All right.
I love it. Let's do that. I'll email you.
And what's your daughter's name?
Her name is Emma.
Clue Emma in that we're coming in September. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Will do.
All
See you,
right.
Molly.
Thanks,
right.
Molly.
Let's go to TJ.
TJ in Salt Lake City. Hello.
Hey, ladies and lords. TJ here, long-time caller, first-time listener. I got 3 quick things
Okay.
that got to go. The first thing, when you eat Oreos, the little residue in the corners of your mouth,
Yep.
Yeah.
got to go.
It's a problem.
Got to go.
right.
Second thing, David Spade.
Mhm.
Third thing, the world without Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. It's can't get over it. But miss you, Kyle. You're my boy, Blue. All right, thanks.
Thank
There
Hey,
you go.
TJ.
Thank you, TJ. Adam.
Hello, Adam. You're in Salt Lake as well,
Hey,
right?
Yes, sir. Good morning, lords and ladies.
Good
How
morning.
we doing?
Good. What's up?
I just wanted to chime in on the whole snake oil thing too, and David Spade. I'll second and or third that notion. Got to go, guys. I saw the highlights. I saw the highlights for that show too, and I was like, I don't think this is working.
I
But, hey,
think
you know.
I think what's happening is this is the strike, and they're dragging out game shows and stuff.
got to do what they got to do.
Yeah, stuff that they filmed a long time ago that they thought they would never need, and they need it.
I think David Spade said, "Hey, they're on strike. This is my shot. This is my shot."
I got a chance. Here I go. Wiggle your way
Well,
in.
and like the CW is airing comedies from Canada.
Really?
I mean, so Canadian, right down to a moose outside the kitchen window. I mean, it's that
might be
Canadian.
good. I mean,
That's
something
okay.
different, I guess.
It's okay.
Well, I wanted to throw a shout out. The snake oil made me think down in Moab, the Snake Oil Coffee Company. I wanted to throw a shout out to those dudes. Super
Okay.
cool dudes. I went down there a couple months ago, and I got put a sticker on my Thule from that place. Good coffee. If you're in Moab, hit the Snake Oil Coffee
All right.
Company.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Morning,
All
guys.
right,
Thanks.
let's quickly go to Crystal.
Hello, Crystal, also in Salt Lake City.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's up?
Oh, I'm just wondering if there's any way we could just get rid of my employee that's a bully.
You're what again?
You're what? That's a bully?
My coworker.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm dealing with that kind of situation, and it's been really difficult. And I had to leave work for 6 weeks on mental health issues,
Mm.
and we're dealing with this. I'm here for 10 hours a day, and it gets really hard.
I'm sorry for
HR.
that. Yeah. You have no HR?
I've gone to my boss 3 times. They've literally got into a yelling match with each other, to fix her attitude. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe time to look
so-
for another job.
Might be, yeah.
Sorry, Crystal.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
Kristen.
all, yeah, thank you.
All right.
We'll
Feel
see you.
better.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, see, these were all good must-goes, but we need your must-goes.
Email them to us, radiofromhell@x96.com. What's bugging you? If you email it and we read it on the air, it's magic. It will go away.
All right. Let's take a break. Traffic.
Yeah, there's a crash south on I-15 blocking the 2 left lanes and left shoulder just past the on-ramp from Pioneer Crossing in American Fork. Emergency vehicles are on the northbound side of the freeway, blocking the left shoulder, causing delays back toward Pleasant Grove. And what are you seeing out there? You can text us, 33986.
Coming up in the next break, all in the same break, you're going to get Big Boy News, Opinioendo, and Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, our Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain it all coming up after these and a song. UtahAdvocates.com.
If you love the sound of a motorcycle engine revving up before a race, join the Advocates. Saturday, August 26th, for the 2nd annual AmFam Monte Cristo Motorcycle Poker Ride. You go to utahadvocates.com/poker-ride and for more details and to register and your chance to win a brand new Kawasaki motorcycle.
Nice.
So that's their event coming up this weekend. But the Advocates want to remind you if you or a friend or a loved one's been hurt in an accident, not your fault, you should get the Advocates involved as soon as possible.
Just call them, 801-35... Yeah, 355-5550,
Yep.
801-355-5550, and no out-of-pocket expense. Remember that. They don't charge you for consultation, and if they take your case, they don't charge you any money unless they get you a settlement, and then they take a little bit of that. So the advocates, for those of you who have been hurt in an accident and you know it's not your fault, you can also find them at utawadvocates.com.
Well, Hawaii was interesting.
How did you find Hawaii? Well, I got on a plane.
I just walked off. There it was.
Yep.
I kept waiting for this negative experience at our new airport because everybody's been
No, it's a great airport.
getting me ready for, this airport is just
beautiful.
The walk is too long, as they say.
It's beautiful.
You know, I mean, it was a walk. It's
an airport. Have you been to an airport?
I was going to say, apparently people have not been to any other airports
Right.
except for the Salt Lake, the old Salt Lake Airport, because it was a standard walk that you would get in most airports.
Do they have at least moving sidewalks? Or?
A couple. I think they could use a few more, but other than that, it was an airport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, we're in the Delta terminal, which I understand is a lot easier than the others, but this is my experience. And so we go down to the Disney Resort, Aulani, which is it's not a Disney park.
There are no rides.
There's no rides. I mean, there's no attractions, that kind of thing. There are some characters.
Disney characters.
Apparently, they worship.
You're not talking about the staff. Or
No,
anything.
they worship the god Stitch down there.
Of
Stitch
course.
is,
Well, it's
Stitch is,
yeah.
Is their big guy. I think I angered Stitch. But,
What'd
You don't want to do that.
but it's not a place that I would recommend unless you have kids.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know, I mean, for me, there was several bars, and the beach was nice. And we forked out the dough for a cabana because
It's like paying for another hotel room.
Exactly, that was living. Because you've got a person
Yep.
there to wait on you hand and foot.
Yep.
Really?
There's a TV.
Yep.
They say, here's the Beats box that you can hook up to your phone and listen to music, and here you are. So that was our cabana day. That was very nice. But
One day.
one day.
Well, you can't afford to do more than one.
Oh, no, you can't. Don't even ask me how much. I feel embarrassed even saying how much I paid for that. But it was good for the kids and good for my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and everything. So it worked out well.
Is there anything special about the water park?
Well, here's the thing about the water park. It's a water park surrounded by a hotel
Yeah.
with Disney theme next to a beach. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
So don't go down thinking it's anything more than that, really. I mean, yeah, you can go to
There's a character breakfast.
there's a character breakfast. If you pay a little
Yeah.
extra, you can go and and Chip and Dale show up, I guess, and you can bow to Stitch and,
Lord Stitch.
Lord Stitch. And, so there's all that. But don't expect much more than that. You pronounce it like ow, like you got hurt for Aulani.
Aulani.
Whatever.
Did the kids do the Minahuni thing?
What's the Minahuni thing?
Oh. Maybe they don't do that anymore. When I took my kids there, the Minahuni is some Hawaiian legend, and you would look for Minahunis.
Oh yeah, you could do. There was a little scavenger hunt kind of thing going.
Yeah, which was fun. Again, not for grown-ups.
Well,
it's
there's
for
a
kids.
place called Auntie's House where you can just send the kids and they disappear for hours, and you can sit and have Mai Tais.
Right, which is great.
Is it like a place where they groom them?
I guess.
Disney grooms them?
But the nieces is why I was there.
Sure.
Uncle Carrie,
Of
please
course,
come.
of course.
And so they said, Uncle Carrie, come get into the water with us in the water park. And I'm looking at all those dirty, dirty children.
Yes, I know.
And I'm like, ugh. But
You must really love them, Carrie.
they're my two favorites.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, we'll do the lazy river. Now that seems
It's
low impact.
right in the name.
Yeah,
No, the lazy river is where everybody goes to pee.
Well, here's my question, because this is my first time in a lazy river in a water park. Now,
Yeah.
you guys have kids. You've been to water parks before. Are there any rules here? Are there any? Because what I discovered is that there doesn't seem to be any rules.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
I thought that there was an unwritten set of understandings that, The word lazy is in the title.
You just float.
You float.
Yeah.
That's, you get the inner tube, you float, right?
Yeah, you should.
Well, apparently not.
Oh, no.
What did they do?
Walking.
Oh.
Oh, to move yourself?
No, walk. No,
Yeah.
I mean, if you have an inner tube and you're walking to move yourself, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
There's no inner tube. They're just walking down
Yeah, some people do that.
and
yeah.
against the current. That's the other thing. Am I overthinking this?
Did lots of people do that?
Lots of people.
Maybe it has something to do with being at a Disney resort.
I don't know.
'Cause
I mean, I'm asking you guys.
The
'cause-
lazy river that I'm most familiar with is at the MGM Hotel in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And?
There's mostly floating. And just lazy
people
floating.
Are walking, yeah. I
But, you know,
remember walkers.
But you can see people who have their chairs right by the lazy river and then they get up off their chair and jump into the lazy river. That's because they have to pee.
No
You
inner
know
tube.
this.
No inner tube. And the water comes up to your chest.
Yeah. So you kind of float, and then just kind of push yourself along on the bottom.
But the amount of lawlessness, though, I could just
Rule breaking.
Rule breaking.
I thought Disney kept control better.
No, they didn't even care. So I just kind of transported myself into thinking that I'm heading down the river to terminate Colonel Kurt's command with extreme prejudice.
This is what you're thinking?
This is what I'm thinking because it was that lawless, Gina. It was that lawless.
Were there any big cats on the banks?
Are you an assassin? Are my methods unsound?
That's the only place that I could go in my brain in order to justify the whole lack of rules and civility.
Did it make you unable to float? I mean, were you unable?
I was able to float.
You were able to float.
I was able to float just fine, but
Carrie,
here's what I determined.
Okay.
As I was laying there thinking about the situation I was in. The lazy river is like the world. It's only as good as the people in it.
Yes.
Heavy.
Yeah.
It could be wonderful, but people are ruining it.
People are ruining it. Why are you walking in the lazy river? There are inner tubes. They're not even charging for the inner tubes.
You're supposed to be lazy.
Look, go get on the inner tube. Float with me. Float down the river, man. Anyway.
Carrie, I think you deserve another vacation.
Already?
I think you deserve an actual vacation.
An actual vacation.
Like one where you do a Carrie Jackson vacation where you just sit in a chair under an umbrella the entire time.
Do you know anybody who will do that with you?
I know quite a few people. And that is really driven home with my next story.
Okay, coming up.
Because definitions. We've got. I need to know if is it me? It's probably me. Social contracts. All right. Anyway. That you already knew. All right. Let's see. We got in this break Big Boy News and Opinioendo now. Then right after that, Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. Our Dead Celebrity Game. Presenting to you 4 celebrity names. 3 of them, fine. 1 dead. Pick the dead one correctly, and you will win what?
Living Planet aquarium tickets.
Aquarium tickets. All you have to do is call and play along with Frank. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. You will get those aquarium tickets just for picking out the dead celebrity. It's easy to do. Frank Christ presents 877-602-9696. Right after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Rockhounds Rejoice, the Crystal Festival with over 60 vendors, is at Mountain America Expo Center August 26th through the 27th. Free admission, family friendly, thecrystalfestival.org.
And join Bill Allred broadcasting live at the Crystal Festival Saturday from 11 to 1 p.m. Mountain America Expo Center. I'll have stuff to give away. Okay.
What?
Hulk Hogan is sober. 70 years old.
How can you tell?
He says he's now living a sober life.
Okay.
In an interview with Muscle and Health, Hogan said he abruptly gave up alcohol at the beginning of the year. I was at a New Year's Eve party and I saw a bunch of stuff that I don't condone or like. So he has some kind of standards or something.
Yeah.
He has some kind of standards. I saw myself in this environment and I went, you know what? I don't know how I got here, but I'm done.
I saw the video that there are things I wish I could scrub from my memory, and that's one of them.
Will this stop making me say the N-word, brother?
In addition to alcohol, the Hulkster said it wasn't uncommon for him to be taking prescription pills to cope. He told Muscle and Health that he's undergone more than 25 major surgeries in the past decade and noted that he was often given pain and medication. And so
well,
now,
good for him.
Well,
Good for
okay.
him.
All right.
He's okay, fine, whatever.
Good for you, whatever.
Whatever. Will it make me stop saying the N-word? Let's see. Do you know a friend or coworker who has recently come down with COVID? Do you have a sore throat or sniffles yourself?
I don't know. There was a guy over there coughing pretty heavily this morning.
Figure out whether COVID is rising in the city and whether you might have come down with it. We're talking about New York City. It's become trickier as the pandemic response winds down. What is clear is that the city is experiencing a new wave of COVID, with nearly 700 cases recorded in mid-August. The number of cases appears to be lower than it was during the previous two summers' waves, but it is undoubtedly an undercount since many people are relying on at-home tests.
New York City.
Even if getting an accurate picture of the extent of the pandemic is more difficult these days, but is it still possible to find tests? Yes, it is. Get treatment? Yes, it is. Often for free still, although it's a little harder. But if you suspect you have COVID, get a test. Take it.
Bill, are you part of this liberal media conspiracy that we're going to go back to lockdowns right before the election? Are you part of that?
No, I'm not. I think it's I think we should go back to lockdowns and stay there forever. That's what I want to see happen. But the COVID wave in New York it's worse than it is other places. Here, and we've talked to Dr. Dunn here, there have been some increases, but it still seems fairly manageable.
And Dr. Cobble will be here at 7:45, and we can ask him about that coming up. So get your questions ready, by the way.
The tropical storm Harold is barreling across South Texas and parts of Mexico, bringing torrential rain and strong wind and triggering flash flooding while leaving thousands of people without power. The National Hurricane Center and Central Pacific Hurricane Center warned that heavy rainfall may produce flash and urban flooding. The Hurricane Center also warned of possible landslides in mountainous terrain in Mexico. Harold made landfall on Padre Island at around 10 a.m. Central Time yesterday, battering the coast and drenching the dry terrain. Sustained winds reached up to 50 miles an hour on Padre Island and even higher in parts of Corpus Christi. So it's going to be rough there for a while. Governor Abbott released a statement reading in part, Texas stands ready to deploy all available resources to South Texas as tropical storm conditions impact the region this week. Oh, and I heard this morning that Governor Abbott sent a busload of refugees to Los Angeles right as Tropical Storm Hillary was hitting Los Angeles. Yeah, because that's the kind of man he is.
Yep.
So yesterday we had a caller early in the morning, somebody checking in, saying he'd been on a Trax train that's delayed because somebody shot something into it. Well, according to Carl Arkey with UTA, a passenger on the Blue Line reported hearing the shot at about 5 o'clock in the morning Tuesday while traveling northbound between the Midvale Center Station and Midvale Fort Union Station. Arkey said it was a pellet gun. Struck one of the train's windows. However, there was no breakage or penetration of the glass. Authorities were notified and police met the train at its nearest station. Upon arrival, police found no credible threat and no services were disrupted. The incident, although the caller we had said made him late for work, so
Yeah.
there must have been something. The incident did not lead to any service suspensions, and a bus bridge was not implemented. According to Arky, the train had an estimated 35 to 45 passengers on board at the time. No injuries reported, and I don't believe they have any idea who might have done it. But a suspect in a shooting in Salt Lake, which resulted in one person sustaining injuries, the suspect remains at large. Officers from the Salt Lake Police Department reported that the incident happened 9:30 p.m. Tuesday, 984 North Poinsettia Drive, on reports of one person with a gunshot wound. I'm not sure where Poinsettia Drive is. Crews responded immediately and learned that there had been a fight between the suspect and victim prior to the shooting. Upon arrival, they found one person on the scene who had been shot. The victim was transported to a nearby hospital. Non-life-threatening injuries. Suspected shooter is still at large. No ongoing threat to the community, the police said. Let's see. Now this was pretty amazing. 8 people, including 7 students heading to a nearby school, were saved after being stranded for hours, hundreds of feet above a valley in a remote mountainous region of Pakistan. 2 cables broke while this cable car was carrying 8 people, including 7 students, on their way to school, and they were stranded hundreds of feet in the air for hours. It was Tuesday morning, and they, because it's a mountainous region, they use these cable cars to get around to a certain amount. For years, this cable car had offered a lifeline to an otherwise isolated village, the village of Pashto, deep in the mountains of the Khyber province, easing an otherwise arduous journey for students to attend school or for sick members of the community to reach a hospital. Minutes into the cable car ride, the daily journey across the gorge turned into a brush with the disaster. 2 of the cables supporting the car snapped.
Ooh,
leaving.
I always worry about that.
Leaving 8. You're in a cable car quite often,
all the
aren't
time.
You? Leaving the 8 passengers, including several school children, suspended hundreds of feet in the air. As the car dangled precariously, military crews began a dramatic rescue lasting some 12 heart-pounding hours.
Where's Spider-Man?
Plucking 2 people off the car via a rope attached to a helicopter, and then as night fell, using a zip line to bring the rest to safety. The operation was difficult and grueling, said the Pakistani military, adding that the unparalleled skill and efficiency shown by the rescuers had helped provide a happy ending. And there are pictures of that cable car just kind of hanging above this valley.
That's scary, man.
Yeah. Let's see. A bear attack in New York. Black bear attacked a young boy outside of his home in Bedford, New York on Tuesday morning. His parents were able to scare the animal away and save their son, officials said. By the time emergency workers arrived, the boy's mother, a doctor, had bandaged him up, said Carlos Cano, the chief of the Amonk Fire Department. The boy was hospitalized, but officials said his injuries did not appear to be life-threatening. Mr. Cano's colleagues who responded to the scene told him that the bear appeared to have grabbed the boy, who was about 7 years old. His mom was in shock. The bear was still in the family yard when the cops arrived, and they shot it.
I was about the same age that your boy was attacked.
Yeah.
Officials will test the bear for rabies. And
you don't think about bears having rabies.
Oh, yeah, you got to. Any animal bite, you got to.
No, that's not true, Gina. I think probably twice a day. Bears have rabies. The local bear population is estimated to be 6,000 to 8,000 in New York State.
What?
Bear attacks are exceedingly rare, but this official said we've never seen this before. Let's see what else is here. We got a little bit of time left.
One story.
All right, let's do this one. Another animal story. Raccoons
on my porch.
They're not native to Germany.
Really? On your porch?
They're not native to Utah either, but they're here. But in less than 100 years, the number of little masked mammals in Germany has grown to several 100,000. Some Germans refer to them as Waschbären, washing bears because of their habit of, and Germans are really quite literal people, aren't they? Because of their habit of dunking their food before they eat it, while other Germans just call them straight up annoyances, especially when beer is involved. Apparently, vacationers and locals alike are getting home and discovering that raccoons have raided their kitchens and drunk all their beer.
Oh, rocket.
Yeah, I just can't imagine. They kill household pets, and I know my cat's had a couple of encounters with raccoons, stealing any beer they can find. On less frustrating occasions, the raccoons have been seen at city parks knocking over discarded beer. Apparently, they like beer a lot. And if they can get it, they drink it. All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
Well, congratulations are in order for Serena Williams and her husband. The couple confirmed on social media they have welcomed their second child. Welcome, daughter Adira River. She has another little girl named Olympia. So,
all right,
isn't that nice?
That's sports.
That's sports. Weather. 66 right now. It'll be sunny in the morning, and then about a 30% chance of thunderstorms later today. High of 88. Traffic, we have a crash southbound I-15 blocking the left 2 lanes and left shoulder just past the on-ramp from Pioneer Crossing in American Fork. Emergency vehicles are on the northbound side of the freeway, blocking the left shoulder, causing some delays back to Pleasant Grove. And Poinsettia Drive is between Holly Circle and Mistletoe Lane. I don't know if
I don't
that's
believe
true.
that.
Right. That's traffic.
All right.
It's Frank Christ, ladies and gentlemen. He has entered the studio on his electric scooter with the sidecar.
Yes.
Sidecar there because Frank's job as a reaper of celebrity souls is to load them up into the sidecar after they've died and take them to the distribution center.
Yes. Where they await to be distributed.
Yes.
To whatever their fate is.
You don't know. You have nothing to do with it at that.
Most of them go to hell.
Oh, okay.
Most.
I'm afraid so.
Well, then why do you love them so much?
I love our precious celebrities. Everything they say and do is right.
Yes.
The only reason they're not, the only reason they're going to hell
Yes.
is because they chose the wrong religion while they were alive.
Oh, I see.
You know, you're supposed to.
Can you tell us what the right religion is? So
It's
can...
the Mormons.
Oh,
of course.
Everybody knows that.
South Park was correct.
Why did you have to ask?
I just was checking. I didn't know.
Frank is the reaper of celebrity souls. He brings this list every morning. We play a game called Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
And he has this list that he hands me, and he says, "Here, Bill, 3 of the celebrities on this list that I've prepared.
They're fine. I checked on them yesterday just to make sure.
They're just fine. But one of them, Frank has taken away, and the contestant has to figure out which celebrity has died and who is the contestant, Gina.
We have Melody on the phone.
Melody. And what's the prize?
We have tickets to Loveland Living Planet Aquarium's newest edition, Komodo Dragon. LivingPlanetAquarium.org is where you reserve your visit.
Melody, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm fine. I'm just fine. And you are...
He
fine.
wants you
You're-
to say fine.
You're
is what he
fine.
wants.
You're just fine, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
Okay, thanks, Melody. Melody, I'm going to read you these celebrities, and you tell me which one is dead. Now, because it's National Find Your Inner Nerd Day, all of these actors have been in at least one of the 4 Revenge of the Nerds movies.
Ooh.
Okay? You tell me which one is dead.
Okay.
First one, Curtis Armstrong. He was Herbert Viola on the TV series Moonlighting, Miles Dalby in Risky Business, a record producer in the film Ray, and and he plays the role of Metatron on the TV series Supernatural. He was in all of the Nerds movies, playing a character named Booger. Number 1, Curtis Armstrong. Number 2 is Bernie Casey, actor, poet, professional American football player. He played 8 seasons in the NFL for the 49ers, the Rams, and the Packers. Bernie Casey began his acting career in the film Guns of the Magnificent Seven. He played a leading role in the science fiction TV film Gargoyles, which is a really cool movie. And he guest starred in a 2-episode Star Trek Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode. Two episodes. Bernie Casey was UN Jefferson in the very first Revenge of the Nerds movie. That's Bernie Casey. Number 3, Christina Pickles, Nurse Helen Rosenthal on St. Elsewhere, also known for her recurring role as Judy Geller on the sitcom Friends. Pickles appeared in many films, including Masters of the Universe, The Wedding Singer, The Revenge of the Nerds 4, Nerds in Love. She plays a character named Tippy. That's Christina Pickles. And number 4, Timothy Busfield. He's played Elliot Weston on the TV series 30-something, Mark, the brother-in-law of Ray Kinsella in Field of Dreams, and Danny Concannon on West Wing. He was in the first 2 Nerds movies, Revenge of and Nerds in Paradise, as a character named Arnold Poindexter. Number 4, Timothy Busfield. So one of those celebrities is dead. Do you know who it is?
I want to say Pickles, but maybe number 2?
Number 2 is what you're going for. You're correct. Bernie Casey. He died in 2017 at the age of 78. Cardiac arrest. He had a stroke, and he died in Los Angeles.
He was yelling, "Nerds!" too loudly, and he just went.
That's you. So you have won those tickets to the aquarium. Congratulations, Melody.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hang on the line. Katie will get some information from.
You might check on Christina Pickles. You know, she's 88.
Not doing well, no.
Yeah.
I need to check on Barbara Eden today.
No!
What? I thought you'd already...
Oh, no.
Oh.
92.
Oh, my.
As a matter of fact, it's I Dream of Jeannie trivia coming up for Beat Gina.
Oh.
So you
Don't
know.
genies live forever?
I didn't know you helped with the trivia, too.
Occasionally.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you know, I was contacted by Katie to see if Barbara was still with us.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he's-
see.
I had to let him know.
Well,
Well, I'm going to go and check on Rick Springfield today because he's
Oh, his birthday too?
74 today. and,
Yeah,
you know, he
well.
needs the Frankie touch is what he needs. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
goodbye, Frank.
Things are looking good right now. Barely any slowages am I seeing on the roads, at least as far as UDOT's concerned. Perhaps there's something you're seeing out there that friends of the program need to be aware of. You can text us if you see something, 33986.
All right, KXRK Provo, we've got things that must go right after these.
There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy.
Yes, that boy, Kyle Brown, longtime friend and participant on the Radio from Hell show. We've known Kyle since he was a high school kid, and now he's, I believe, in his 50s. And he has contributed a lot to our show over the years. We discovered that somebody told us Kyle was ill, and it is true. He has ALS, which is fatal. And he's unable to speak very well anymore, but he's been sending us letters on a weekly basis to let us know how he's doing. And here is the latest letter from Kyle Brown. I titled this one, "What a Difference a Year Makes." 1 year ago this weekend, we moved into our home. 1 year ago, I packed boxes, loaded our trailer several times along with the vehicles, unloaded at the new home. This will sound pompous, but I did the lion's share of the work. I say this because now, 12 months later, I can't stand up without assistance. I can't carry a box, and I can't go up or down stairs. Because of this, it seems like forever ago that we moved into this home. It was mid-March and beautiful spring weather. I wore a T-shirt or a sweatshirt to move us. This year has been a long snow season, and I hate the cold and snow. I haven't been out in the sun in months. I can't wait to be in the sun. In the summer, I used to get a drastic tan or burn line on my thigh and my upper arms from my bicycling outfit. And I would start working on it in March. And by June, at the beach, I looked ridiculous. Yes, that didn't bother me a bit. But now, I don't even want people to watch me eat. I spend most of my time in our bedroom because I sleep there and my desk is in there too. I go to the kitchen to eat once a day because I only eat one big meal a day. I kind of avoid coming out when our kids are around because I think I make them uncomfortable. Our home is slowly accumulating cripple assistance items. First it was a cane, then 2 canes, then a walker, then a handle in the shower, and braces and a wheelchair and rails on the toilet, and all these things that should be in an old folks home or an assisted living facility. Not my home. It's humiliating to have that equipment, and I have the fewest items I can get by with, and I hide them as much as possible from our kids. I could probably use more equipment, though. Yep, 1 year ago, I spent the summer working in the yard, building a shed, painting the entire house, finishing off 2 bedrooms. I ran the electrical. I added a circuit to the electrical box. I did it all. And now I can't get a drink out of the fridge or put on a shirt. Go outside and sit in the sun on your porch or a park sometime soon. Until then, find me on YouTube. Search Mr. 2 ALS. See my pizza party. And see why I'm married. I don't know. I haven't looked. Cheers, everyone.
I've retweeted it a couple of times.
I don't know what he means.
posted
See why I'm married.
Well,
Just 'cause his wife-
Colleen's in the videos.
Just because
and-
she's so beautiful.
Well, no, not just. I mean, she's gorgeous,
Yes,
but
she is.
but she's uplifting and charming and yeah, you should-
helpful and-
yeah, I'll see if I can find his latest video and I'll retweet it.
All right.
'Cause
Okay.
They're pretty funny. I mean, they're like the letters.
Yeah.
They're like
I haven't. I think I watched one where Kyle was driving. I was supposed to go driving with him, and then what was it? I got RSV and couldn't go.
Oh.
You know, I was feeling, and by the time I got over that, he's now no longer able to drive.
Can't drive anymore.
So yeah, his videos used to be him driving, and now it's her driving, and he's in the passenger.
Oh, maybe I'll go and sit in the back seat.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the latest from Kyle Brown. If you want to email Kyle, you can. He's given permission for that, and you can, ask him questions or just commiserate with him. I'll tweet this. I have before, but I'll do it again. It's krb76@hotmail.com. krb76@hotmail.com.
All right. All right, 7:03 right now. Coming up this hour, we, of course, have Boner of the Day. It's coming up in our next break, along with Big Boy News.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Cobble is back. I think we may be going to every other week with the veterinarian and Dr. Cobble.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So if you have questions for Dr. Cobble, get them ready, because as soon as we award the Boner at 7:45, lines will be open. You can call in and ask about that new shot that's coming, the rise of COVID, or whatever medical questions you may have.
Yeah.
Get them at 877-602-9696. But right now, it's Things That Must Go, brought to you by
X96 welcomes Weezer with Spoon and White Reaper live at the Great Saltaire Amphitheater on August 27th. Listen all week long. In fact, I think for Beat Gina today, we have Weezer tickets to give away.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, things that you can't take anymore, and so you send them to us. You put Must Go in a subject line of an email, send it to radiofromhell@x96.com, and if we read your Must Go on the radio, maybe it'll make you feel better, and maybe, just maybe, these things will disappear from your life. Listen, I'll go first today.
Okay.
I think I might have mentioned this one before in one form or another. Just people who don't understand those crosswalks that have the lights. Now, first of all, the pedestrians who don't activate the lights.
Correct.
That's that, yeah.
But then the people who just sit there and sit there and sit there, even though the pedestrian has passed. If you look at the sign, it says, stop, and when the crosswalk is clear, you may continue even though the light is flashing.
Mm-hmm.
But they sit there and sit there and sit there and wait. It just drives me crazy. Let's see. This one says, people calling in to play Frank Krista, not saying they're fine, they're just fine. If you listen enough to know to call and play, you should know the drill, damn it. Thank you. Let's see. This one says, I want to take this opportunity to thank you. You may use my name, Hunter Red. In May, I submitted a must-go pertaining to someone impersonating one of my deceased grandmothers.
Oh.
Since then, this impersonation has stopped.
Oh.
Clearly, this is a result of the invisible hands of the sons of the soil.
Well, of course.
That or somebody stopped seeing the benefit of impersonating a nearly 90-year-old with advanced dementia.
No, it was us.
Or both, he says. Either way, thanks and stay care, Hunter.
Thanks, Hunter.
And this one from another Hunter. You may use my pseudonym, which isn't Hunter, so that's a screw-up. But I didn't use the last name, so there you go. Here's a quick list of things that must go. First, I had to renew my license this year, and the temporary license that they issue is not wallet size.
No.
It's crammed in there akin to George Costanza's wallet.
Yeah.
Second, I have a temporary insurance card issued to me, and the print is tiny. Someone, please just take a second to fix any formatting issues. Third, navigating our healthcare system with a chronic condition. I was briefly uninsured previously on Medicaid and had to apply for manufacturer coupons to get essential medications such as insulin. Without the coupon, a monthly supply of insulin would be $300 a month. No one, especially those suffering from chronic illnesses, should have the additional burden of paying for care. And finally, this may be a stretch, but genetic diseases for which there is no cure must go. Listening to Kyle's letters on your show has helped me while I navigate my own health issues. His optimistic and charismatic attitude is something I envy, and I'm thankful that he was so forthcoming about his condition. Always look on the brighter side of life, and thanks for letting me listen. Carrie?
All right. First one from the foot of Mount Doom. When you can see that there's still a little bit of eye drop liquid left in the bottle, but the plastic is too thick and hard that you can't squeeze out the last. It just won't come out at all. Just one drop, and that's all you need. It's just one
Terrible.
Drop. All right. This one from a friend of the program in rehab. Things that must go. The last 2 years of my life. Spent $500,000 on drugs, and all I got was rehab. Not a good trade. Not to put too fine a point on it. This sucks. Should have seen that coming. Friend of the program in rehab. Entertain us! All right. This one from Austin. What must go is restaurant tables that are the wrong height for the chairs.
Yes.
Oh, man, I hate this.
Either way. Sometimes you're way too low or way.
I hate sitting down to dinner feeling like a little kid at the adult table. That one's worse.
Yeah.
I can handle it the other way, but when the top of the table is up to my neckline, that's too much. All right. Let's see. This one from... first time sending an email to Things That Must Go. Co-workers not answering the phone when it's their damn job. Please make this go away. This one from Jim. My gratitude for allowing me to listen. Going back to KJQ, and I swear a station before that. A really bad FM signal. Yeah, well, there were a couple.
Yep.
Anywho, the old lady that wears a black wetsuit in the heated pool must go.
Jeez.
For 1 to 2 seconds, my heart stops thinking that maybe a pool shark is waiting for me. I just see a big black shape moving super slow when I look out of my window in the morning. She exacerbates my fear by using a snorkel, so no arm movement. More adulation to you, and thank you. And finally, this one. Things that must go. The BM that always wakes my dog up at 3:30 a.m. routinely. Gina.
Good morning, friends. This is from our friend Raul Montemayor.
Oh, hello, Raul.
Not being able to get to Mr. Juicy's on San Pedro and Hildebrand in San Antonio to get one of their delicious, legendary chicken fried steaks must go. My heart goes out to you, Raul. I was hoping to live through you with this experience.
Mr. Juicy's?
Mr. Juicy.
I've been trying to get there ever since I found out it was back on the menu for, quote, a limited time. Today was supposed to be the big day. However, fate and circumstance and work had other plans for me. I'm on my way to Austin to deal with some customer emergency. No Mr. Juicy for me.
Damn it.
Let's see this. Good morning, Lordy ladies. Please don't use my name. Being the only leftist mechanic blue-collar worker in Utah must go. More specifically, my misogynistic boss and his wife, who happens to run HR, must go. Thanks for letting me listen.
That's a terrible combination.
And finally, this from, feel free to use my name if so inclined. All right, Jessica, I will. I have one thing that must go, or maybe it's a PSA. Attention, Utah mothers. I may be just another childless drunk, but I'm begging you to please stop referring to your sons as, quote, your little stud on social media or in general, really. I've seen multiple back-to-school posts and photos with this term. Could be my background in animal husbandry talking, but calling your child a stud gives me a serious creeper vibe. Please just stop. Ew. Thanks
Yeah,
for letting me listen.
Everybody knows it should be Bud. Hey, Bud.
Or something.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Let's see. I thought somebody texted in some slowage. Where did that go? Because some other radio station is doing a contest that pushed it down.
We have to share our
yeah.
text service
It's
with
expensive.
other stations. God.
Slowage northbound Bangor approaching 47 South. Traffic backed up to 54th. Thank you. Whomever sent that in at 33986.
Thank you very much.
All right, we got boners coming up here. The candidates you're going to vote for. Number 1. Oh, just take me to jail, man. Boner candidate number 2. Vivek says he was misquoted, but there's a tape that proves otherwise.
Ooh.
And boner candidate number 3. Jesus Christ and his liberal talking points.
All right. Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by for all of that. Salt Lake Film Society. Go to slfs.org.
We're winding down the summer showdown at Salt Lake Film Society. It's, of course, Fridays and Saturday nights, 9 p.m. These movies only show one time.
We're trying to find the king of the cult films for the summer.
And that's up to you. You vote by buying a ticket to the movie of your choice. You can also just donate at Salt Lake Film Society's website if you like. I think still Inglourious Bastards is still in the lead.
Oh, good.
I think Big Lebowski's second. So you should go to Salt Lake Film Society. All their social media, they have the list there of it. Let's see. This weekend, Friday, August 25th, we have The Lighthouse. I believe that's the Robert Pattinson, Willem Dafoe movie. And then Saturday, August 26th, is The Lure, which is a mermaid movie.
Mm-hmm.
Only one time they're showing. You can see all of the tallies for attendance and donations for each cult film with the Summer Showdown leaderboard. You just need to go to slfstix.org. So yesterday, we had this sense of impending doom, and we were trying to
I have it today as well.
You do have it
Oh,
today.
sure. Every day. Every day.
Every day.
So we didn't quite get rid of it, but how we were trying to get rid of it is we were watching videos of animals, and specifically animals and vegetable matter interacting.
There was a cat eating a red bell pepper.
Yeah.
And he was
Enjoying it immensely.
He loves it. Yeah. That brought peace to me. And then the monkey snapping the beans brought peace to me. He was so happy.
You could just put that on a loop.
We ended up talking about animals, particularly carnivores, eating vegetables.
Because I can't get my dogs to. I mean, I've seen people toss a carrot, or there's a video of 2 dachshunds enjoying stalks of celery.
Yeah.
I've never been able to get any of my animals to do that. They'll eat vegetables if it's in the food.
Is it something that you say you haven't been able to get them to do it? You really want to get
I
them
would
to do
love
it?
to be able to give them a baby carrot to eat instead of
as a snack.
A snack instead of the jerky treats that they like. You know?
So Katie and I did the same thing yesterday. We both went home and decided to see how our dogs would do, and I posted this on the Radio from Hell Facebook page. It's also on my Instagram page if you want to see video
of you trying to get
Riley
to.
So Riley the Wonder Dog, my golden retriever, who's on a diet. So the carrot would be good for her, as opposed to the.
Well, it'd improve her eyesight, you know. Because you eat carrots, they improve your eyesight.
And Riley has a body clock that you could set. Oh, you have it.
He likes to tell me that it's dinner time. Is it dinner time? Right now? I was going to see if maybe for dinner you wanted a carrot. Do you want a carrot? Here.
Let's
see
what is that? What is that?
No.
Nope.
A carrot. They're good for you.
Nope.
Takes it in the mouth and then
Is it
drops
dinner
it.
time? The carrot's right there. You don't. No, she.
Well, you know
Then
what?
she leaves.
Gina, what you should have done is say, all right, then, no dinner for you unless you eat the carrot.
Well, here's what I did. So Riley has this amazing body clock, and at 4 a.m. she gets breakfast because
Yes.
that's when I'm up, and that's when she gets.
Our dogs are on the same similar clock.
Yeah. which means 12 hours later, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that's dinner time.
3:30. Hudson starts pounding on.
Yeah.
You know.
And she will come get me. This dog sleeps 23 hours a day, but she will wake up and come find me in the house and tell me it's dinner time. So I thought, she's hungry. This is the perfect time to try the carrot because she wants. She wanted absolutely nothing.
Well, then I mean, you should have just said there will be no food until you eat your carrot.
I tried, and she twice I called her back trying to be like, okay.
I guarantee you, within 48 hours of no food, she'd eat that damn carrot. 48 hours.
Should I do the Mommy Dearest thing? Do you remember this in Mommy Dearest?
Oh, the you have to sit there until you eat it.
And so Mommy Dearest ordered a rare steak for her daughter, and her daughter's like, I don't want to eat it. It's bloody. I don't want to eat it. And for 3 days, every meal she served her the same steak.
Same steak.
You're not going to waste this food.
That's sort of the plot for the book, the wonderful book, Bread and Jam for Francis.
Darling, rare meat is good for you. The doctor said so.
Where Francis, the little badger girl, will eat nothing but bread and jam, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Bread and jam for Francis. And finally, her mother says, just let her do it. She'll get tired of bread and jam finally. And when she does get tired of bread and jam, they say, well, we're sorry, that's all we have. Bread and jam. To teach Francis a lesson.
I don't think Francis needed a lesson.
Yes, she did. Badgers need lessons. She's a badger with a dress on.
She's a badger with a dress on.
She needs a lesson. I think you really should have just made the dog go hungry until.
And I see here people are suggesting try a little peanut butter on the carrot.
Well, you put peanut butter on anything.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Dogs like peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they love it.
So your dog has this clock where at 4 a.m.
Yep.
They'll come in. My cat has the similar thing. At 9 p.m. he'll start yowling like he doesn't know where he is and he's all alone.
Oh, that's sad.
When there are people around.
And you go find him?
Well, he's just in the next room. Like all he has to do is walk around the corner and then see that we're there and hide under the couch because that's what he does.
Yeah, I have to feed her at 4 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday too because she doesn't know it's Saturday. That is breakfast
now,
time.
see, that's the one thing where our dogs are different because our dogs sleep in with us on weekends. They're not demanding breakfast that early.
That's because you, Carrie, have made it clear to them that you will sleep in on Saturday and Sunday.
And I'll go back to bed, but this is breakfast time. This is when we do this. It's your fault. You've trained me to get up at 4 a.m.
That's right. That's correct. And you should be able to train Sadie that on Saturday and Sunday, you don't get fed until 9 a.m.
Please, Bill, Sadie is long gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Riley. That's right.
My rotating cast of golden retrievers, it's hard to keep up with.
That you give names that most people give their golden retrievers the
they
same name.
They appear on every list of most popular.
Golden retriever Sadies are. If you went into a pound with golden retrievers and yelled Sadie,
they would all
10
come.
dogs would come.
I parboil the carrots for my dogs. Maybe that's it. If it was soft.
Oh, this was just a raw carrot.
This was a raw carrot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe if it was soft, it'd
try
go
that.
for it. Try zucchini. My dogs love it.
You have to
cucumbers also.
Gina, with the carrot, if you want to soften it up, you can't just put it in water for a while. You have to steam it. No,
it won't just soak up the water.
Don't put it in the sink.
Like a cracker.
No.
Now see, people are helping here.
Oh, okay.
Get out your peeler.
Okay.
And shave some carrots into the food, just a little bit, so that's what that is. Oh, okay. And then maybe.
That's smart. I like that.
Here's what I'm going to predict will happen if you do that. Riley will eat around the carrot. There will be nothing left in the bowl but little carrot
shavings. Tell you what.
Could happen.
I will experiment with that tonight.
The parboiling is maybe makes a little more sense. Be harder to eat around.
Because let's be honest, Riley is a chunk.
She is. God bless her.
She is a chunk. I was looking at the video and I'm like,
I took her to the vet and I said, please tell me she has a thyroid problem. I want to give her a pill to fix this. And the vet said, her thyroid is fine.
She's obese.
She's on diet dog food.
She's a chunky.
She's obese. Well,
She's fluffy.
I think it's maybe genetic. Some dogs are just.
Yeah.
I think Riley is just predisposed to be.
Yeah,
obese.
She's built for comfort.
Does it bother her?
I don't think so.
Well, then let her enjoy her life.
What she has left of it.
Stop. Jeez.
Well,
It's a year.
She is perfectly healthy.
Take a year.
Well, the vet said she's perfectly healthy.
Yes.
Well, then it's fine.
For fears and happy birthday to Gina's cat, Roland Orzabal. I think you should name him Roland Orz Furball.
Oh, yes.
Actually.
That's better.
You need to get a cat just for that reason.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't want a cat, but this name is going to waste.
Time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples: bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, August 23, 2023? Keep in mind, boner means mistake. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a can't buy it, got to win it. Radio from Hell boner t-shirt.
Here's number 1. Just take me to jail, man. A driver in Florida was arrested during a traffic stop after more than 262 grams worth of drugs was found in his car. When 47-year-old Jeffrey Dale Kaufman was pulled over Thursday for driving 68 in a 60-mile-an-hour zone, the Florida Highway Patrol trooper was hit with a strong smell of marijuana.
Look at that. X96.com/live.
The trooper called for backup, and they searched the vehicle. Kaufman said he had marijuana in his car and a valid medical marijuana identification card.
well.
That sure looks like an amount for personal use.
The
Sure.
troopers found a black scale with leftover leafy green substance on it, multiple glass containers containing THC oil, multiple clear Ziploc bags, and other drug paraphernalia. The substances came back positive for THC, amphetamine, dextroamphetamine, bupropion, hydrochloride, and psilocybin, and on and on and on.
Of stuff.
When the trooper asked why he had all of this marijuana in his car, Mr. Kaufman said, "Oh, hell, just take me to jail, man."
Just don't. I'm not going to fight it.
Boner candidate number 1, just take me to jail, man. Here's boner candidate number 2. Vivek says he was misquoted, but there's a tape that proves otherwise. Vivek Ramaswamy.
He's running for president.
Here's what I learned about him. His name is Vivek, and you know that
Vivek?
because it rhymes with fake.
The Atlantic's John Hendrickson released unedited audio and a transcript of an interview that he conducted with the Republican presidential candidate on Tuesday after Mr. Ramaswamy claimed that he was misquoted by Hendrickson in the Atlantic. Hendrickson noted in a long profile of the first-time politician that he had wondered aloud how many federal agents were present on the planes that crashed into the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. I think it's legitimate to say how many police, how many federal agents were on the planes that hit the Twin Towers, Ramaswamy told Hendrickson after the reporter had asked him what the truth about the January 6th Capitol riot was. Well, maybe the answer is 0. It's probably 0 for all I know, right? I have no reason to think that it was anything other than 0, but
what is he saying?
If we're doing a comprehensive assessment of what happened on 9/11, we have a 9/11 commission. Absolutely, there should be an answer. There should be an answer that the public knows the answer is what the answer is to. Ramaswamy insisted to CNN's Caitlin Collins on Monday night that quote was wrong. No, that quote in the Atlantic, that's wrong. Well, Hendrickson, the reporter who did the piece, had a tape recorder as well.
Yep.
And he says, I beg to differ.
Here you go.
And he released the exchange, and that's
was
exactly what he says.
Word for word.
And
I just don't know what he's implying by that. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what he's implying. You know what he's
It was
implying.
an inside job.
And Ramaswamy, he tried to brush it off, saying, well, what I meant was January 6th. I think there were federal agents around January 6th, and that's what I meant. It was a freewheeling conversation, and things get mixed up.
No.
And his office even said he was engaging in a freewheeling conversation where things can get mixed up. Nope.
He's a truther.
Boner candidate number 2. Vivek says he was misquoted, but there's a tape that proves otherwise.
Yep.
And not coming up, number 3, Jesus Christ and his liberal talking points.
Yep.
I'm glad you got that.
All that coming up. Let's see, candidate number 3 on the way after this. Big Boy News and Opinnuendo brought to you by...
Want a fun night out on the town? Try a cooking class from Park City Culinary Institute in Salt Lake. Classes include recipes, ingredients, and the tools you'll need. Learn more at parkcityculinaryinstitute.com.
Well, the Rolling Stones appear to have announced their new album.
Did they?
In a local newspaper.
Like you do.
A recent advert for the album, which is apparently called Hackney Diamonds, appeared in the Hackney Gazette, a company which markets itself as specialists in glass repair. But upon closer inspection, several clues point to the fact that it could be actually the Rolling Stones' new album. Firstly, in the title, their iconic tongue logo is used to dot the I on the brand name Diamonds. I think that might be a giveaway. In the advertisement's bodily text, there are several references to their hits, including I Can't Get No Satisfaction, Give Me Shelter, and Shattered. The font used for the Hackney Diamonds is also the same font that they used on their 1978 album Some Girls. And the ad also says, established in 1962, the same year that the Rolling Stones formed as a band. So what they're doing is their album cover is going to look like an ad for...
Oh, good.
You know, I think this is going to be actually the album cover. But it's saying opening September of 2023. So new album coming out 2023.
We'll see.
Utah Republican John Curtis flatly refuses to entertain any questions about former President Donald Trump's legal troubles, even though it's more likely than not that Trump will be the Republican standard bearer in 2024. What did Curtis say? You know, I've been doing a lot of work in my district, and I just haven't been paying attention.
BS.
What?
Of course, it's a lie.
Does he have legal trouble? I hadn't heard that. I've been so busy doing my job.
During his remarks at Sutherland Institute event at Utah Valley University, the 3.5-term congressman was dour while talking about the state of American politics, blaming tribalism and us versus them-ism.
That was created by you guys,
for infecting American politics.
Yeah.
We seem willing to tolerate the exact amount of bad behavior needed to make sure someone's pursuing our agenda and is not taken out, Curtis said. Somehow all the good guys are on my side, all the bad guys are on the other side. We need to get better at calling out the bad behavior of those that share our politics.
Yeah, you guys
started like
that.
Donald Trump.
Yes.
But Curtis dodged any questions about the former president's growing legal troubles. Well, I can't do anything about the former president. I can't do anything about his legal problems. The election is a long way away. I haven't even thought on that question as to who he'll support. By the way, I think it's interesting that Bruce Huff, running to replace Chris Stewart. Chris Stewart said he's Julianne and Derek Huff's father. He begins his campaign ad on the radio by saying, "Hi, I'm Bruce Huff, and I'm the only Republican candidate running that voted for Donald Trump."
Own that, Bruce.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And they indicted me.
That's your guy.
Okay, gotta have a warning here for people who are taking their pets, their dogs, hiking on Mount Timpanogos. See this?
No.
Utah County officials are advising caution following 3 reported cases of dogs being killed by mountain goats.
Mountain goats.
Picture at x96.com/live.
Aggressive mountain goats.
Oh.
Over the weekend, a couple from Manti, Tyler and Whitney Albee, experienced a chilling encounter while walking in the area, passing a dog off leash. They later learned it had fallen victim to a mountain goat. We thought we would see them up high on the mountain range, more of a distance, but we had no idea the goats would be right on the trail or just a few feet off the trail. Initially planning to keep their yellow Labrador Bailey on a leash, the Albies heeded a warning from a trail worker that made them even more cautious. She stopped us and said, "Keep your dogs on a leash. Last 2 weeks, 2 dogs have been killed One was gored and another one was pushed off a cliff by an aggressive goat.
I mean, you should keep your dogs on a leash anyway. I know your dog is the best and won't run away and likes to run loose on a trail, but keep him on a leash. There's lots of reasons to.
Let's see. So there is a presidential debate tonight, the first of the 2024 election cycle. 8 Republicans sharing the stage in Milwaukee. While the debate includes 8 of the top 9 Republicans, the person, of course, leading in the polls, Trump, will not be there. The candidates are Doug Burgum, Governor Doug Burgum.
Burgum.
Never heard of him.
He's what?
Burgum damn near killed him.
He's Dakota. Is he Dakota?
I don't.
Former Governor Chris Christie.
I've heard of him.
Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, former Governor Asa Hutchinson, former Vice President Mike Pence, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Senator Tim Scott. Larry Elder wanted to be there. He claims he should be there so that he can get his brains beaten in.
Yep.
Don't you have to have raised a certain amount of money?
You have to be in a certain place on the polls.
Yeah, but it was a combination of the two. A certain amount of money from small donors and a place in the polls. He made it in the Rasmussen poll, which is the one that Trump always quotes. But
right.
Even the Republican Party says that's a crap poll.
Yeah.
And we're not.
Yeah, we're not doing that one. Some Trump allies turned themselves in to Georgia. The co-defendants in the election interference case in Georgia, former attorney not former attorney. He's still an attorney, but he was disbarred, wasn't he?
Who?
John Eastman. But at any rate, he was Trump's attorney.
He's Mike Lee's friend too. I'm just throwing that.
Yeah,
out
he turned himself in and got his mugshot. Jeffrey Clark, a former Justice Department official, David Schaefer, the former head of the Georgia Republican Party, they each filed motions on Tuesday asking to have the case moved to federal court. Just as Mark Meadows did last week, those motions lay the groundwork for what will be the first major legal fight in the case. I don't think that they'll allow it. I think they'll say, no, we're keeping it here in Georgia. The defendants plan. Trump is going to turn himself in tomorrow.
During prime time.
I would like to see, well, of course.
Yes.
I would like to see Rudy Giuliani when he shows up. I think it's today. I'd like to see him do one of those things where he's holding his coat over his head so you can't see who it is.
I just want the mugshot.
This is a surprising bit of information. One of the top grocery retailers in the country is Kroger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they
Smith's
are
here.
Yeah, Smith's. They're owned by Kroger, and Kroger is now the largest seller of sushi in America.
Really?
Isn't that amazing? Kroger executives themselves were surprised. What?
We're doing what now?
A consumer research organization called the Circana Group released data that found that large grocery chain is the biggest seller of sushi in the United States. The Wall Street Journal reported that sushi sales have become a key part of the grocery brand's plan to go further.
Sushi sales, though. That was well done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for interrupting me to say that. They plan to go further than selling just grocery items. And the sushi at Smith's, and the one in the Avenues anyway, is pretty good. And what's nice about it, when they're there, and they're there often, the guys who run it, if you don't see what you want, you ask them, they'll make something for you on the spot. You know, and it's, I'm not a big sushi eater, but my family is, and they all say, yeah, it's, it's grocery store sushi, but it's nicely done.
Mohammed, my son, not the prophet, will ride his skateboard down to Harmon's and get sushi at Harmon. He likes the Harmon.
Oh yeah, they do a pretty good job too.
But the biggest seller of sushi in the country.
None of them are Don Quixote, though.
That's amazing.
That was the best sushi I had at a store.
Well, the one
Down
in
in Hawaii.
Yeah. And finally, the Disneyland Railroad.
Yes.
I love the Disneyland Railroad.
Yes.
Sure. Walt Disney loved trains. I love riding that train. The Disneyland Railroad is one of the most beloved attractions at Disneyland Park. So it was pretty foul of a couple to be having sex on the train.
Oh.
They were in the tunnel, and then when they came out of the tunnel,
Get a
they were
room at the Disneyland Hotel.
The train pulls up. There was a couple. He had his hand all the way down her pants. It was really nasty. Maybe they didn't realize the train had come out of the tunnel and was pulling into the station. It's unknown if the couple was disciplined upon their arrival, but I think they probably should
Kick
have put
them out of the park.
Well, they put them in Disneyland jail at the very least.
Disney cops, man,
Yeah.
they're everywhere.
All right, that's it.
All right. Weather traffic.
So we have sunny. It looks pretty nice right now, actually. Then 30% chance of thunderstorms, mainly after 3 p.m. We stay in this pattern, it looks like all the way through until Saturday. Then we have a nice, sunny, not rainy weekend on tap. Traffic, we've got...
We're seeing this view just like many of them did.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'd have railroad sound.
Oh.
Sorry.
Crash northbound I-15 at 152nd South. It's being affected at the left shoulder there. And looks like eastbound I-80 coming through West Valley. There's some slowage there. I don't have an accident being reported, but if you know of something, you can text us 33986. Rockhounds rejoice. The Crystal Festival with over 60 vendors is at the Mountain America Expo Center August 26th through the 27th. Free admission, family friendly, thecrystalfestival.org.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Jesus Christ and his liberal talking points.
Amen.
Evangelical Christian leader Russell Moore revealed this week that many evangelical pastors have become alarmed that their Trump-loving congregants have become so militant that they are even rejecting the teachings of Jesus Christ.
Whoops.
In an interview with NPR, Moore said that the multiple pastors had told him disturbing stories about how their congregants became upset when they read from the famous Sermon on the Mount, in which Christ espoused the principles of forgiveness and mercy as central to Christian doctrine.
Yeah.
Multiple pastors tell me essentially the same story about quoting the Sermon on the Mount parenthetically in their preaching, turn the other cheek, and to have someone come up afterwards and say, "Where did you get those liberal talking points?"
From Jesus?
And what was alarming to me is that most of those scenarios, when the pastor would say, "Well, I'm literally quoting Jesus Christ," the response would be, I apologize. The response would be, "Well, yeah, but that doesn't work anymore. That's weak."
Jesus is weak.
Moore, who has
Wow.
been an outspoken critic of many evangelicals' embrace of Trump, argues that this has led him to conclude that American evangelical Christianity is in crisis.
Yep.
When we get to the point where the teachings of Jesus himself are seen as subversive to us, we are in crisis.
Yeah.
Moore also said that one problem is many Christians simply feel alienated and lonely as politics have come to take over the community outlets the churches once held. But that Jesus, we can't. That's weak. Yeah,
This isn't.
that Jesus Christ was woke.
You're at the wrong fan club meeting, okay?
Boner candidate number 3, Jesus Christ and his liberal talking points.
All right, let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Oh, just take me to jail, man. A Florida man telling the cops when I have all of these drugs in his car. What? Why did you have all these drugs in your car? Oh, just take me to jail, man. Boner candidate number 2. Vivek says he was misquoted, but there's a tape that proves he wasn't. Vivek Ramaswamy busted by actual tape.
Yep, and I hope it comes up at the debate tonight that he's a
Oh, it will.
9/11 truther.
It will.
Yep.
After claiming that he was misquoted on the 9/11 conspiracy theory. And boner candidate number 3, Jesus Christ and his Soros-backed liberal talking points.
There you go. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, August 23, 2023? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Most people vote that way. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She will take your live voice vote, and you can say hello at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box. It says Boner of the Day, August 23, 2023. Click and vote there. Now, if you don't see that box, refresh your internet browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Now, don't forget, as soon as we award Boner of the Day here in about 4 minutes, the phone lines will be cleared and wide open for your questions for Dr. Cobble. 877-602-9696. It's human medical questions. Just to make sure you can talk to him about the shots that are coming up and all those things. So 877-602-9696. You got 4 minutes. Let's go. Boner.
a Bloody Mary, as a matter of fact. Why don't you? Bloody Marys. Jimmy the Wine Guy is here. Jimmy Santangelo. He is the Impresario Internacional of the Wine Academy of Utah. You can wineacademyofutah.com. But he's not just all wine, as evidenced by this Bloody Mary.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a nice selection for us today, brought to us by the Rocky Mountain Mixers. This is Z's Original Spicy Bloody Mary Mix.
It's spicy.
And it does have some spice. I love the kick in it. And we're complementing it with the Sugar House Vodka, which is a wheat and corn-based, real smooth vodka. But what I love about, Bloody Marys are great. They're not just for breakfast anymore, know.
Yeah.
And what makes a really good Bloody Mary is that layeredness of dynamic flavor, which I think I'm calling it Mr. Z's. Wasn't that a restaurant back in the day over here?
There was.
By Broadway Theater.
Yeah.
But this is Z's Original Bloody Mary Mix. They're out of Ogden. They're using all natural ingredients, packaged nicely. I love the mason jar packaging, and a lot of great flavor in there. For just a super simple cocktail, mix and go. You don't have to have any other ingredients. And sure, you can throw in a piece of celery or a pepperoni stick or something like
Turn
that.
it into a meal.
I like
Turn it into a meal.
So on the label, there is a picture. It says it's one of those suggested way to serve it.
Yeah.
And the Bloody Mary they've made here, it's got two kinds of olives. It's got celery. It's got those little peppers, those little sweet peppers.
Pepperoncinis.
And a shrimp.
Nice.
A shrimp hanging on the side of the...
We went to a place in the Castro when we were in San Francisco, and I said, our breakfast has a Bloody Mary bar. And you could just put whatever you wanted in it. And I was seeing people, and I made the joke then, it's a meal.
It's a meal.
It's turned into a meal with all of the stuff that they're putting into their Bloody Marys.
And you can even play up some of the base spirits as well that you put in there. Typically, we go with a classic Bloody Mary with vodka.
Yeah.
You can have Bloody Caesar. That's a little bit spicier for you, where you're using Clamato juice in there, so you get a bit of that. You can have the Bloody Maria. That's tequila. The Bloody Bulldog. That's gin. And then when you're using these different base spirits, then you can modify your Bloody Mary mix.
So it's mostly clear spirits, right?
Yeah. Yes.
We used to drink beer and Bloody Mary mixed together, and it was called a Bloody Bull Shot.
Yeah.
Bloody Bull Shot.
And then they started marketing those. You can
did
just
they?
buy them you can buy them in the can pre-mixed.
Like a chilada. Is it called a chilada?
What's it called?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And Budweiser has, I think, one on the shelf. For it. So
anyway.
I just love this.
This is good.
It's pretty good.
This is very spicy. Yes.
This is very spicy.
I think my wife would like that. She loves this
roasted peppers and roasted garlic.
There you go. She
loves hers.
Yeah, she loves hers very spicy. This is a bit much for me, but I can tell if you're a fan of the spicy, you're going to love this. There's good flavors here.
And they have other styles. And what I love about not only this brand, the Z's brand, but also when you go, and I'll just throw it out again with Rocky Mountain Mixers, I love going there because you have all these great mixers for different categories of drinks. Like you go up to the wall and it'll say, you're making an old-fashioned? Here's everything you need for an old-fashioned.
Oh, wow.
You're making a margarita? Here's everything you need for the margarita. And they're over there on Fort Union next to the liquor store, or wine store, so it's perfect.
That's terrific.
It's right in the same plaza.
$7:45. It's time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by a shrimp and fish fry with fries.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And Pokemon Obsidian Flames available now at Haster Games. This fantastic new set for Pokemon TCG features stunning new cards, including special Pokemon X Haster Games, 6831 South State, or HasterGames.com.
Well, 12 votes for, just take me to jail, man.
12.
12, 40 votes for Vivek Ramaswamy. But 198 votes for Jesus Christ and his liberal talking points.
It's just
wins
true.
boner of the day.
It's just astounding.
I feel sorry for that pastor.
Yeah,
Just
he's like, it's the
oh,
Sermon
come
on the Mount.
on.
It's one of their top 10 hits.
Yeah, it's a greatest
the Sermon
hit.
on the Mount
Yeah.
is.
It's like Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with all of the stuff that's in the Sermon on the Mount, but
It's mostly just be nice to people.
Yeah, I would say you agree with it more than the people who were at that church, apparently.
Well, sure. I turn the other cheek. I have a little. It's a little tough.
Yeah,
that
is tough, but
have mercy even for your enemies.
Yeah, it's
but I agree in principle. Let's put it that way. Anyway,
yes, your boner of the day for today, August 23, 2023. Now qualified to be boner of the week. That'll happen on Friday at about 9:50 when Dave the Flower Guy comes in and just tells us who boner of the week is. Now, Dr. Cobble was gone for a couple of weeks, so I wonder if he's out of habit.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. Oh, there's
he's coming.
I think that's him.
He's coming in slowly.
So if you have questions for Dr. Cobble, 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Any medical question you might want to ask. Everybody's talking about these shots that you should be getting this September or October, so maybe you want to talk about that. Any other sort of medical question? How you feel? You feel?
I have a medical question.
I know you do. Is it the one with bugging you today?
Yeah. And I know he's not a dentist, but I have an adjacent question.
Well, here we go.
So,
he's on the line now.
Good morning, Dr. Cobble. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Thank you.
Dr. Michael Cobble is here to answer your medical questions. Take advantage of it. 877-602-9696. You can text some questions in, too, if you like. 33986. Gina, what's your question?
Hey, Dr. Cobble, I have a toothache, which I am getting addressed after the show today. But in the meantime, I know there's a way you can alternate Tylenol and ibuprofen so they kind of cover for, one of them lasts longer and one of them works better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying, Dr. Cobble? I can go back and forth.
Yeah, so ibuprofen or Advil is a nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory. Aleve is similar. Ibuprofen works as an antipyretic, analgesic, pain reliever for 6 to 8 hours. Tylenol for 4 to 6. Aleve 8 to 12. So your options are you can take ibuprofen or Advil every 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
Aleve every 8 to 12, one or the other.
Okay.
Or you can take Tylenol every 4 to 6. You don't have to alternate them. They just have different time windows. So
Okay.
Typically, I like ibuprofen or Aleve in the morning, and then I like Tylenol when the kids get home from school, and then I'll take the ibuprofen or Aleve again when they go to bed if they have a fever or aches.
Okay.
But you don't have to alternate them. It's just Tylenol doesn't last as long, so you have to take it every 4 to 6 hours. And there are some combination pills now that have Tylenol and ibuprofen in them together. And you may have seen that over the counter
I
as well.
haven't.
But Tylenol doesn't last as long, so you have
Okay.
to take it more frequently.
And I'm not going to wreck my liver, like if I'm taking both of those.
That's something I don't worry about.
Yeah, I was going to say not any more than drinking at the job does.
Okay.
I have a question about Tylenol. Because I take a blood thinner, I can't take ibuprofen. I don't find
Correct.
Tylenol to be as effective.
I don't care for Tylenol.
It just doesn't. I mean, I
Doesn't
take
work.
it, but it's like arthritis strength. It's like 225 milligrams or something. This doesn't seem.
Doesn't
seem to
work for
put a
me
dent in
either,
it.
yeah.
Why would that be?
Well, yeah, for some people, Tylenol is just not as good of a pain reliever, so they might talk to their clinician about other options. But Tylenol, you have to dose higher and more frequently, so you could take 2 extra-strength Tylenol 4 to 6 times a day, or you could take 3 normal-strength Tylenol 4 to 6 times a day. I don't like to do that more than a week if you don't have to. Most people can get by if Tylenol works. They can take 1 or 2 twice a day. But you can do much higher dosing short term for pain or fevers.
Maybe I'll try and just take a little more then.
Katie says that she had to go alternate because of her knee surgery because she's allergic to painkillers.
Oh,
yeah. Let's see. Here's a text question. Is there an end-all solution for cold sores on the lip?
Well, I think the best treatment for that is, number one, never get exposed to it. But the other option is just acyclovir every day as a preventive measure or a prophylactic measure. So if people are getting cold sores frequently, it's good to take valcyclovir, acyclovir, famciclovir as a daily treatment, just like you take a multivitamin. Otherwise, if you're just taking it intermittently, as soon as you feel the tingling or the discomfort, you know it's coming on, get that medicine on board right away so it breaks it in 2 or 3 days instead of 2 or 3 weeks.
All right. There you go.
We got a question on line 1.
Let's go to Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Andrew, where are you calling from?
From Ogden area.
Okay. What's up?
So, pretty much everybody in my family's been hollering at me to go do the whole camera deal. So lots of going number 2, lots of blood every now and again.
You need a colonoscopy immediately.
Yes.
Lots of blood.
Yeah.
Are you having that?
Oh,
Oh, that's
man.
not good.
Why haven't you done it?
A little bit a couple years ago, and then I don't know.
Come on now.
Talk with Andrew, Dr. Cobble.
Got the number 2 going on there, Andrew. I love
Yeah, it was a little bit a
yeah.
couple years ago, and it's gotten pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, so typically that's an internal hemorrhoid. External hemorrhoids a lot of people notice, but typically it's an internal hemorrhoid. If you're more than age 45, the recommendation is to do a colonoscopy. If you have a family history of colon cancer, we typically would start doing colonoscopy screening at 35.
Here's the thing, Andrew.
That's how old I am.
Here's the thing about colonoscopies, Andrew. Once you're out when it happens.
Yeah, it's
a
nap.
It's a nap. It's a wonderful nap. The thing that is the pain is the prep. That's the thing that I hate the most is the prep. You have to drink that big gallon of stuff.
Well, and it's not painful. It's a pain.
And that's the part I made it
pain.
to, and then I just didn't get around to doing it.
Yeah.
Well, and the prep's
I made it
become
that
much
far.
easier than it used to be. So
Yeah.
I think you probably have an internal hemorrhoid, but because you are 45, you ought to get the scope. It's a simple procedure, and one of the gastroenterologists ought to be able to get you in within a week to 10 days.
Go do
So
it.
I called one of the gastro groups.
All right.
You're grossing everybody out.
You got to get it done, Andrew.
I'll see you later, Andrew.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I don't know what the
You
problem
have
is.
family that cares about you. They're bugging you to do it.
Yeah.
Go take care of it.
Exactly. Let's see. Dr. C. Oh, okay. Dr. C. Would you say that waiting to get your flu shot until peak season is reasonable, or just get it once it's available? I've been told the flu vaccine is not as strong / effective after so many months after receiving it. So when should you get it?
Yeah, the regular flu vaccine is good for about 3 months, maybe 3.5, and then the Medicare or the elderly flu vaccine is good for about 6. So I like my 65-plus population to get the high-potency flu vaccine around October or November. Regular population, I like early November because then it's in place. It takes about 2 weeks to get immunity. So it's in place for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's, and Easter.
Excellent. Yes.
And the same recommendations really for RSV, and also for COVID. So I think that the key is probably get all of those vaccines late October, early November, so it's in place for the holidays.
Do we have an ETA on the new COVID vaccine?
Well, I think you're going to see it out in September. It'll be covering XBB, EG5, BA5, and BA286 have all been new variants on the market.
Okay.
There's new RSV vaccine out for patients 65 and older, and then there's new Beyfortus monoclonal antibody out for kids under 8 months or kids under 19 months that are high risk. The Beyfortus is a monoclonal antibody injection, so it's not really a vaccine. Then I think you'll see a RSV maternal vaccine third trimester here the next 3 to 12 months. But I think getting all those vaccines in place before the winter season rolls is smart.
All right.
Can you put somebody's mind at ease here? Says, wait, I'm not supposed to take ibuprofen when I'm on blood thinners? Yikes! Nobody ever told me that, and I do it regularly. What's going to happen to me? Yikes!
Yeah, I think that if you're doing it infrequently, it's probably not a major problem. But If you're doing frequent analgesic pain reliever use, Tylenol would be a better option.
All right.
So if that person said, I take ibuprofen once every 10 or 14 days, a couple times a month, it's probably not an issue. Unless you notice bruising or abdominal pain or rectal bleeding like your previous caller was describing with the number
all
twos.
right.
All right.
Thank you very much. Hang on the line, Dr. Cobble. We'll continue with your questions after these at 877-602-9696. You can answer just about any question. Give him a call. Also, text your questions into 33986.
He knows a lot about yard work, too.
Crash I-15 northbound approaching Bluffdale. All vehicles are on the left shoulder, but it's causing delays both northbound and southbound around Point of the Mountain. Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
All right. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to talk to Dr. Cobble. 877-602-9696. Living Spaces.
Get your home fixed up at Living Spaces. You're going to walk around their giant showroom and you're going to find something you like. I've been to the one in Clearfield. They also have one in Draper. It's just located off I-15 Bangor Highway at Draper's Furniture Retail hotspot over there. They've got the designer displays, which are like your Joanna Gaines and Nate Burkus and Jeremiah Brent. But then Living Spaces has their own line. It's called Elements. That's nice, too. Then they have another section of mattresses, a whole sleep center there, and they have nice folks working there that'll help you find the right mattress for you. Now, you can take your kids shopping with you. Usually you try to leave them at home when you're doing this. Nah, bring them with you. There's a whole kids area they can play. There's a snack bar where you can get a drink and a little something to eat. Plan on spending some time at Living Spaces. Free, fast shipping, huge selection. They have financing available, everyday low prices. Nice folks that work there, and they're not on commission. They're just there to help you get some new stuff for your own living spaces.
Lady.
So it's time for the Radio from Hell X poll. Is that what we're doing?
It is.
The Radio from Hell X poll. You must participate or we don't have an X poll. Simple question. Gina?
Yeah, I stole this from our old friend, Jim Rose.
Yes.
Of the Circus Sideshow fame. I follow him on Twitter. It's a good Twitter account. You should follow it.
Oh, Torture King. You are beautiful, Torture King.
He was not born like you or
I. Jim Rose had this question. What celebrity would you get into a car with, no questions asked, if they randomly showed up in your driveway?
I know. Andy Dick.
That's not a good idea.
No?
No.
It didn't say if you have a death wish. It didn't. That's not part of the question.
No,
but I'd say Jim Rose. If you were to pull up, I'd get it.
Sure. So I posted this yesterday, and I already got some responses from friends of the program on Twitter. So while we're waiting for you to call in, 877-602-9696. Let's see. Somebody says a while ago maybe Seth Rogen, Jack Black, but now
Seth Rogen. I don't want a hot guy who's high driving me around.
But now Jon Stewart would be great fun. Jon Stewart would be. I'd trust Jon Stewart to take me somewhere.
I don't know if he knows how to drive, though.
John, keep your eyes on the road.
He's one of those New York City boys.
Oh, he might not.
He might not know how to drive.
Yeah.
Somebody else says Tom Hanks. I feel he would be a safe driver.
Yes. Sure.
Somebody else says John Hamm, 100% without question.
Think so?
Yeah, because I think he comes across to me as being just kind of like steady.
Yeah.
Just rock solid.
And he's sober now.
Oh.
So he'd be
Okay.
Are you disappointed,
Well,
John
a little.
Hamm's sober?
I would get in the car with Sam Hamm, who wrote the 1989 Batman movie.
Now, before today, I would have said Anne Heche, but
oh no, you don't.
No.
No. Let's see.
Let's see. Someone else says Bill Murray.
I was going to say, you got a James Dean joke coming?
Yeah, that's right.
I wouldn't get in a car with Bill Murray.
No,
I wouldn't.
A, he's a jerk. B, he's probably drunk.
Yeah.
Both of those.
877-602-9696. Who would you get into a car with? No questions asked. Just get in. And I find it interesting that so far no one has mentioned any women except me in a joking manner.
Somebody here says Natasha Lyonne.
Ah, there we go.
I don't know. Again, she lives in Brooklyn. I wouldn't do that. I'd go on the subway with her.
Here's a woman, Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones?
I think she might be a crazy driver.
I'll bet she is.
I bet
there
she
would be a
yells
lot.
at people.
I was going to say there'd be a lot of yelling.
She yells at people out the window.
Probably. All right, let's go to Matthew.
Hi, Matthew. Who would you get into a car with? No questions asked.
Hi there. Probably a pretty common answer right now, but Pedro Pascal.
Well, yes, he's good at
Oh,
escorting
yeah.
children to places that, you know.
Keep you safe.
And he's dreamy.
He seems like a
Exactly.
really he seems like a really normal, nice guy.
Yep.
He does.
You know.
Yep.
He does.
I would
And he's
agree.
dreamy.
Bill's sweet on Pedro Pascal.
So's Matthew. Right, Matthew?
Alan.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
Matthew. Thanks for doing it. See ya.
Men and women across America agree. Pedro Pascal is dreamy.
Michael, hi.
Who would you get into a car with? No questions asked.
It'd be Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
And why?
Probably would not want to do. She probably wouldn't want to do much with me, but.
Well, we're
I
just
would-
talking
yeah.
about going for a ride, Michael.
Well,
what are
that's
you talking
that's
about?
all we're
You know, if
talking
they,
about,
you know, if the
dropping-
car had a big back seat, you know.
We're
and
talking about dropping you
let's-
off at the 7-Eleven.
Let's. Hey, Jessica, you want to go to the drive-in?
No.
Let's go to the movies.
You,
Yes,
now, see,
absolutely.
you took a fun
Oh, my
thing and
God.
you made it sickening, Michael.
No, he didn't.
All right,
I'm going to think about that all day.
Michael. All right. Thank you. Let's see. Anna Ferris. These are some text ones coming in here. Henry Cavill.
Superman. You trust Superman?
He's not Superman.
A lot of Keanu Reeves coming in.
Yeah, you know, Tom Cruise, because he would always, you know, it would
He'd pull up on a motorcycle.
it would
not
be
a car.
exciting. No, he does car stunts too. It would be exciting, but we would never die.
That's true.
Tom Cruise never dies.
That's true. Let's see. Kirk from Orem says, I'd get in with Ted Kennedy. Are you sure?
No.
No, you don't
Well,
wanna do
only
that.
if you're Chappaquiddick.
That's true. Let's see. Dolly Parton.
I don't know if she's a driver.
I know she's not a driver.
Doesn't seem like a driver.
Les Clint.
Yeah, Rockhounds Rejoice. The Crystal Festival with over 60 vendors is at Mountain America Expo Center, August 26th through the 27th. Free admission, family friendly, thecrystalfestival.org.
All right.
We're back with Dr. Cobble. If you have questions, you can call us, 877-602-9696. Any medical question at all. You can also text 33986 for your questions. So the lines are all open now. We do have some text questions, it looks like.
Quite a few text questions. Let's see. Dr. Cobble, I have an occasional shooting pain under my big toe pad only when I step down. It is specifically under the pad, not in the joint. It does not hurt otherwise unless I step down on it. What is going on?
To see a podiatrist. That could, depending on your age and other risk factors, that could be arthritis of the toe joint.
Ooh.
Or it could be a Morton's neuroma, or it could be some other cause. So I think arthritis or a nerve, Morton's neuroma, you may just need a little orthotic or something that keeps pressure off that pad when you're walking. It could be simply the types of shoes you wear, but I think a podiatrist, a foot doctor, is an easy place to go, and they can do an X-ray. And I don't think it's gout, but it's certainly possible. So they could do a uric acid and see if you have a little gouty arthritis there as well.
So you got to see a foot doctor.
What's a Morton's neuroma?
Yeah, it's a little inflammation, typically the base of the second toe pad, but it can be anywhere in the foot, and it's where a nerve group that's gotten inflamed.
All right. Let's see. I'm taking losartan, 100 milligrams, for my blood pressure. When is her headaches or something hurts? Is it better to take ibuprofen or Tylenol? I guess it's when it's headaches or something hurts, is it better to take ibuprofen or Tylenol as opposed to the losartan?
Yeah, I think losartan's an ARB antihypertensive, extremely well tolerated, pretty effective. If your blood pressure is well controlled, less than 140 over 90 or normal 120 over 80, 100 milligrams once a day is working. I think that sometimes the nonsteroidals like Aleve, ibuprofen, Motrin can raise blood pressure. So if you're taking those 2 or 3 or 4 times a day every day, they can block the antihypertensive effects or cause higher blood pressure through the kidney. So I think in that case, if you're not seeing your blood pressure go up, you can take it as you need to. But if your blood pressure is high, it can cause a headache too. So if your blood pressure is 150, 160, 180, 200 over 100, 120, then you need better blood pressure control to prevent the headaches from high blood pressure.
Okay. Let's see. Here's a text from Sid. Propofol naps are the best. Okay.
That's the colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy question.
They are really nice.
They are. Dr. Cobble, my wife is due mid-October. When should she get the COVID-19/flu shot so the baby can get the benefits as well?
The COVID shot's not contraindicated during pregnancy, so I think that probably early October, if you want some maternal antibodies to cross the placenta. Once the baby's delivered, obviously, mom getting the shot's not going to help the baby. But I think that I would definitely do it 2 weeks before delivery or 3 weeks.
Here's back to the COVID vaccine. This is, will the new COVID vaccine cover the new Eris variant? My family has COVID now, and it's much worse this time around than we had in the past. Wow.
Yeah, the hard thing about COVID is so variable. A month ago, I saw 12 cases in 2 weeks, and then I saw nothing for 2 weeks, and now I'm seeing it again this week. So I think, and it could be mild, it could be moderate, it could be severe. It's flipping a coin. It's kind of random. I think that the new vaccine coming out is going to cover the XBB, probably will cover the other variants fairly well. And again, I think the key right now, if you haven't been updated with the vaccine, the bivalent vaccine last fall, probably wear your mask as much as you can if you're going to be around people or in crowds, and then get the new vaccine as soon as it becomes available. You should be able to get the old bivalent any time now, but the new vaccine variant should be out September-ish or October.
All right.
If you find that you have COVID, should you jump on Paxlovid right away?
I think so. I think within the first 5 days makes sense. That's how it's FDA approved. And I think just because you never know, if you have mild symptoms now, you don't know what it's going to be like in 5 days or 7 days. And Paxlovid should benefit keeping people out of the hospital or out of the morgue. So I think that if you would like to avoid these two places, then Paxlovid and the vaccine and or wearing a mask, whatever works into your philosophy or your lifestyle choices, I think those are the best ways to target COVID or prevent it.
All right. Let's see. 877-602-9696. Phone lines are open. Text question. I had gestational diabetes, and now even though my labs show my numbers are normal, my doctor is suggesting I start taking metformin as a prevention for type 2 diabetes. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think metformin glucophage shows benefit in preventing diabetes. It's not FDA approved for that, but I use a lot of metformin glucophage in my high-risk patients that are pre-diabetic or have metabolic syndrome or overweight or metabolic lipids or those things. So I think that metformin 500 for 10 to 14 days, then double the dose to 1,000 is a good prevention dose. I think for diabetes, it's FDA approved as a first-line therapy, and the recommendations go 500 and then 1,000 and 1,500, 2,000, max dose 2,500. In Europe, the max dose is 3,000. So I think the prevention dose is typically 500 for a week or two and then go to 1,000. It can bother the stomach in some people, so the extended release form is better tolerated. So I typically write the metformin ER 500. And I think in the diabetic population, it should have prevented heart attacks, strokes, and cancer. In the non-diabetic population, it should have prevented diabetes and helped promote weight loss for those people that worked with it. Some people promote it as an anti-aging product. I think it's inexpensive, remarkably well tolerated. I don't know if I could say you should put it in the water, but because I am pre-diabetic, I am pre-diabetic with my dad, my grandma, and my grandpa all having it. I take it preventively. I started it probably 3 or 4 months ago and do really well with it. But have used it for 30 years for treating diabetes and have probably used it for 20 in prevention of diabetes.
And that is a prescription, right? Metformin?
It is. Yeah, it's a prescription.
What about the, do you know anything about, the Ozempic, I think it was specifically, but maybe the other one, Wegovy as well. I've just seen the headlines that say, now they're saying it helps people lose weight, but it might be beneficial for your heart as well. Have you seen anything about that?
So Ozempic and Wegovy are called semaglutide. Ozempic is FDA approved for diabetes, and Wegovy is FDA approved for weight loss. The Ozempic in a cardiovascular outcome trial showed cardiovascular benefit or reduction in cardiovascular major adverse events. And then Wegovy just announced that they showed cardiovascular benefit, risk reduction. The data has not been presented or published yet, but they showed in an obese or overweight population that didn't have to have diabetes, they showed a cardiovascular benefit as well. So semaglutide has shown with both of its molecules, Ozempic for diabetes or Wegovy for weight loss, that it prevents cardiovascular events.
Oh, all right.
So I think the great part about that peptide injection once a week is it just blocks your appetite. You just don't think about food, and you
that's what
don't
it does.
find yourself snacking. Yeah, it's amazing how effective it is.
Interesting.
It's really going to revolutionize weight loss therapy for those people that have struggled since they were 10 or 15 or 20 or 30.
Final question via text. My husband doesn't recall having chicken pox. Should he get the shingles vaccine?
Well, if that's tough. If you've had the chickenpox vaccine, you're still at risk for getting shingles. If you've never had chickenpox or never had the vaccine, then you shouldn't be able to get shingles because you haven't had the virus itself. You can do chickenpox titers, so next time you go in and see your doctor, they can do a chickenpox titer and see if you don't remember if you had the vaccine, you'll have positive titers. Or if you had chickenpox and didn't know it, you'll have a positive titer. So you can do the blood test to see if you have antibodies to chickenpox.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you, Dr.
If
Cobble.
you do, then you should get the shingles vaccine.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
See you.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, traffic.
Looks like some fog being reported in Weber Canyon between Mountain Green and Peterson on I-84. Crash southbound I-15 at the I-215 North interchange in North Salt Lake. Cars are on the right shoulder, causing slowage back to Woods Cross. Crash northbound I-15 approaching the Bluffdale exit. All vehicles are on the left shoulder. It's causing delays both northbound and southbound around Point of the Mountain. The Stateroom presents Creating Music Memories. If you love cold beer, live music, don't miss the Grid City Music Fest this Friday and Saturday at the Commonwealth Room. Get your tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right, Beat Gina coming up. After these messages and a song, it's Beat Gina. You could win what?
You could win Weezer tickets.
Tickets to see Weezer, 877-602-9696. Because it is Barbara Eden's birthday, it's I Dream of Jeannie trivia. I've made it very easy.
Oh, you could have made it hard for me.
I didn't. I made it easy for the young folks who would be calling in. Not seen the show. 877-602-9696. You will win Weezer tickets when you beat Gina. 877-602-9696. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
If you have a bunch of pairs of glasses, you know, you wear contacts, or sometimes you're wearing your glasses, or you wear prescription sunglasses, or reading glasses, or on and on and on.
Driving glasses.
Get rid of all that. Yeah. Just get rid of it. Do what Carrie did, I did, and our family members and thousands of people have done. Get a hold of Hoops Vision and have the LASIK procedure and get your vision corrected. You won't have to worry about the glasses.
It's so easy. I mean, you go in, you lie down for a half hour, and you get up and you can see. It's that easy.
You can use your FSA or HSA funds to pay for LASIK, and you might qualify for the See Clearly Now, Pay Later program that offers 0% financing for 24 months, making LASIK affordable for almost any budget. And really, at Hoops Vision, they are the best. They are just great. They're one of the leading LASIK providers in the entire world.
Friendly folks.
Yeah. So make your appointment now. 877-30. LASIK is the number to call, or you can do it online if you go to hoopsvision.com. Even.
Is this sponsored? It is not. We can just keep going.
We are. All the way from Reno, it's Victoria, our Real Housewives of Salt Lake expert.
She's turned into our expert for watching shows, so we don't have to. Because
Yeah.
we're branching out.
Because as radio morning professionals, we need to be aware of this kind of pop culture, but we just can't bring ourselves to do it. So thank God for Victoria. That's all I can say.
And it's too bad, Victoria, as you heard, Bill is out sick today. He's taking a hike with Julian Sands or
Yeah.
something. Not COVID, just not feeling well. But this whole episode is about him, and he's not going to hear it. This was his request.
It just shows my loyalty and my support to the effort and whatever you guys need from me.
And that's what's great. So you weren't watching this show.
No, go ahead. I didn't know what it was.
Well, I was going to say, but Bill was curious about it and wanted a report. And
Yes.
so MILF Manor, what is the hell? This is a parody. This is clearly
Oh my God. So I remember you guys talking about it a little bit, but I guess I was half listening, or maybe we didn't know fully what this was. So I turned it on thinking like, oh, it's a woman of a certain age looking for love. We're going to put them all in a bachelorette type situation. And, you know, so the women show up to the house and there's this villa in Mexico. It looks like it's beautiful.
right.
And, you know, and we're meeting each of the women. I'm like, oh, interesting. And, you know, they have their stories and, you know, they all want to tell us like how they're very positive. And I have a lot of needs and looking for a certain type of guy. I'm like, cool. So then they all line up because they hear the men have arrived because they're looking for men of a certain age. They're looking for boys, right? They're looking for these young guys.
So the
And
women
they're
are
really,
like in their 40s and 50s?
Yes, yeah, they're in their late 40s, and I think there's in early 50s. Yes, and they show everybody's ages. So these women, they literally lined up, ready to welcome the boys, men, whatever we want to call them, to the villa, and apparently these are their sons.
What?
The younger men are their sons. So they did not know that their sons were the younger men that were coming?
No, at least according to all their confessionals. And so right when we get the confessionals from the guys too, where they're like, I'm really excited. I like older women. I'm really excited for this. You know, what they keep calling it. They kept calling it like a getaway or a excursion. And so and no one knows. They did not know that this was what they were signing up for. And so the premise is these mothers are now going to, which of these guys do I like? And they're going to watch their sons hit on and try and, I guess, hook up with these women, and the guys are going to watch their moms hook up with these other...
Now, Victoria, clearly these people were tricked.
Yeah.
And so naturally, you would think that at least two of them would have stormed off and said, this is not what I signed up for, right?
I think one of them definitely came close. One of them definitely is like, I can't remember her name, Charlize, I can't remember. She definitely seems like the most real of all of them as far as personality, and she's already getting picked on by the other women.
Of course.
And she definitely was like, oh my gosh. But I had that thought too, and maybe they did, I don't know. But I would think, how could you not know? And one woman did say, I knew my son was in Mexico, but I thought he was going on a different dating retreat, not this one. I don't.
Yeah,
I
how
don't
did
know.
how did you keep this secret from each other? That's the next question. I think
So-
they're all in cahoots, is what I mean.
That's what I think too. But then, right? Because it's this type of this is the point, right? They're trying to date, and then the first challenge comes, right? Because this is how they set up these shows. And the first challenge, because they're all actually part of it. Each mother-son pairing is going to share a room. And again, remember, the goal is for everyone to find someone to love, hook up, whatever.
Wait, so you're sharing a room with your mom if you're the guy.
But at some point, you're going to be switching rooms
that's
with
true.
other
Yes,
That's
weird.
Son, I need you to leave. I got company coming over.
Which we do get at the end of the episode. We do get like one woman trying to bring one of the guys back to her room, and the son's in there, and he says, "Absolutely not! Get out of here!" This is so gross.
Now, John in the chat room says this is on the Learning Channel.
Here's what they're teaching us. A term I was not aware of: intergenerational dating.
That makes it sound nice, but
Yeah.
no.
It's crazy.
But this challenge that they because they got to fight over who gets the nicest rooms. There's a couple of really nice rooms. So the first challenge is all the guys take off their shirts. And then the women put on blindfolds and then are supposed to go and touch each guy one at a time to try and figure out which one is their son.
This show is wrong.
This is terrible.
People need to be arrested.
This is so bad. And one of these kids is 20 years old.
No.
What?
This is gross.
He can't even drink. Oh, my goodness.
How old is Festus, Gina?
25.
Festus is 25. Okay. Ugh.
Do we have any quotes from this?
Yes, and these are quotes that you will only hear on a show called MILF Manor. I feel like I need to get him away from his mom.
Yes.
And then the guys are talking, right? He's like, I'm not calling you dad. And a different guy says, he's going to call you daddy. And then their two guys are talking, we can't be vanilla, bruh. We got moms here. Got to step up our game. And then one woman says, I thought she came here to date a younger guy, not her son. And I don't know if I can say that one. That I'm rooster blocking your mom. Can I say that?
Say rooster blocking, yeah.
Okay. We know what that is.
Yes. And that's what I'm like, gross. Oh,
you know, if the Utah State Legislature really wants to help, if they really want to help society, they can stop messing with the stuff that they're doing now and outlaw this kind of thing.
This is so bad.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, let's leave MILF Manor. You watched another show too.
Yeah, I watched another show which I would recommend. It's called Traitors. It's on Peacock, and I like Katie. I have never seen Survivor. I've never watched Big Brother.
Hey, there we go.
And I recommended, there's someone I follow who really likes the Housewives that recommended the show, and so I thought, okay, I'll try it out. And what it is you've got reality stars from other shows. You've got Sari from Survivor, I guess she's a thing, Cody from Big Brother, we've got some Bravo celebrities, and then we have what I'm calling normals. And they're all in a castle in Scotland, and it's hosted by Alan Cumming.
Okay.
And he looks fabulous, and he says it's his castle. So the setting is amazing. And
this is my X-Men money. My X-Men money bought this castle.
Yes.
All right.
He looks amazing. I love him. And so that's a nice treat. Yeah, and so they're all living in this castle, and 3 of them have been identified as traitors, and we know who the traitors are. And then everybody else are called faithfuls. And so the faithfuls have to identify who the traitors are, and the traitors will then, quote-unquote, murder a faithful each night that they're in the castle.
Okay.
And
this is like a murder mystery night game thing in a castle. Okay, all right.
And watching them trying to guess who the traitor is really interesting because they're doing like they think they know what they're looking for, and so this is so much fun. All the episodes are on Peacock. I'm about halfway through. We're talking about it on my podcast, Couples Who Bravo Together, but it is so much fun. And when I first saw it, because I got the promos, I think because of the Bravo celebrities I'm used to seeing. So you've got Brandy from Beverly Hills, Reza from Shaws of Sunset, Kyle from Summer House, and Kate from Below Deck, for those of us that know Bravo, and they're the best part of the show, I think. But the other participants are really fun, and the challenges are really fun.
So watch that. Don't watch MILF Manor.
Don't watch MILF.
All right, well.
Please.
Oh, we're out of time.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Please follow her on Instagram,
she's
JV Empath, and Twitter. She also has a podcast, Couples Who Bravo Together. Thank you, Victoria. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Jane's Addiction. Because on this day, 35 years ago, Jane's Addiction released their first major label studio album, Nothing Shocking, featuring Jane Says, Ocean Size, Had a Dad, Summertime Rolls, and that Mountain Song.
Thank you. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
I thought you might. All right. Is this sponsored?
Oh, no, just do it.
Right there we go.
Well, cash in now, honey. Cash in, Miss Smith. Cash in now, baby. It's time to play Beat Gina. I'm Johnny Ola with news of a product that will change your life. Thousands of human wrecks have been saved by celery. Are you crippled by stiff, locked, inflamed, or arthritic joints and muscles? Are you racked with pain? Thousands of sufferers are now completely well again thanks to Fuller Celery Pearls. It's only in Fuller Celery Pearls that you can obtain, in digestible form, these natural curative properties. Each tiny, easy-to-swallow pearl represents the medicinal value of 26 pounds of fresh golden celery.
Wow.
Fuller Celery Pearls, sold by all chemists. For a free trial sample and booklet, send 2 stamps and full name and address to Fuller's, 323 City Road, London. Send today and be cured by Fuller Celery Pearls.
Ooh.
And now, here's a man who's in no need of curatives of any kind.
No.
Because he's as healthy as a horse and a great host to boot. Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Pearls, eh?
Celery pearls.
I love celery.
From the Fuller Company, specifically.
Okay, thank you. The randomizer has chosen your contestants. You will be competing against, looks like Todd.
Hi,
Hello,
Todd.
Todd. Are you there?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, lords and ladies.
All right, Todd. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game in that you will go first. Heads or tails?
Let's take heads this morning.
Coin toss app says heads, Gina Barberi.
Ooh, you are one step closer to winning these tickets to see Weezer with Spoon and White Reaper live at the Great Saltaire on August 27th.
Well, Todd is laughing like it's a done deal.
I don't know what, we haven't played the game yet.
Let's not forget the subject is something that Gina knows a lot about. I Dream of Jeannie trivia. So if she manages to claw her way from behind and beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
$50 donation to the nonprofit or charitable organization of her choice.
Wonderful.
All right, there you go. All right. So it is Barbara Eden's birthday today. She's, 96? Yeah.
Is she that old?
She's pretty old. She's in her 90s, yeah.
Fuller celery pearls.
And so it's I Dream of Jeannie.
Organic.
Yeah, that's it. I Dream of Jeannie trivia. Multiple choice. Here you go. First question for you, Todd. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the question correctly and steal your point away. All right.
Okay, be nice, Kerry.
All right, Todd, here we go. According to multiple cast members, including Barbara Eden, what is the scene/event that doomed the show? Doomed the show when this happened on the show. Was it 1, the marriage between Jeannie and Anthony? Was it 2, Jeannie sends Roger Healy back in time to kill baby Hitler? Great episode. Was it 3, the Dr. Bellows malpractice insurance episode? That was controversial. Or 4, the change into colored television?
Let's go with number 1, her
Yes,
marriage.
That is correct.
There we
When
go.
they got married, all the fun was gone.
1-0, but Gina's turn.
Gina?
Yes.
Jeannie
Yes.
has an invisible dog. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. What is the name of the
Do I get the
invisible?
point?
Hang on. What is the name of the invisible dog?
Okay.
Name of the invisible
Maybe this will
dog.
come to me when I hear
Maybe it will. Is it 1, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? You okay? All right. Thinking hard. That's why she's over there. All right. Number 2, Poochie. 3, Meghan Barkle. You okay?
I'm sorry. I'm fine.
All right. Or 4, Jin Jin.
Oh. Jin Jin is stupid. We'll go with that.
All right.
Jin is stupid.
It's 1-1.
All right.
That show was stupid.
Yes.
Todd's turn. It's 1-1.
All right, Todd. Let's see. According to Barbara Eden, network executives and censors were unconcerned about her navel being seen until...
Oh.
Is it 1, Mothers Against Naval Inspections, or Manny, sent a strongly worded letter to the network executives. Dear Naval Groomers, it started.
No.
Was it 2, a young boy from Salem, Utah, wrote a fan letter with certain disturbing requests in it?
Kerry Jackson.
Was it 3? Was it 3? Someone casually mentioned it during the 3rd season that it was, you could see it every now and then when the waistband or costumes shifted. Or 4, men in the live studio audience started catcalling.
Yeah, it probably sounds like 4 to me.
4, you think? Well, you see, here's the problem. That's a trick question. There was no live studio audience for I Dream of Jeannie. Sorry.
So then it's just casually mentioned. Number
Yeah,
3?
someone casually mentioned
Huh.
it. They didn't notice it until the third season.
Well,
Then
there
it
you
became
go.
a problem.
All right.
I'm sorry, Todd. Gina has 2 points now. She controls the question as well, so she could win on this one.
All right, Gina.
Mm-hmm.
In Cocoa Beach, Florida,
Yes.
which is where the show took place. In Cocoa Beach, Florida, there is a frozen yogurt shop based on the show. What is the name of the yogurt shop?
Okay.
Is it 1, Briar's Remorse?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 2, I Dream of Yogurt? Is it 3, the Major Nelson is obviously gay. Otherwise, why would he be pushing away that super hot chick with magic powers who's down to yogurt shop?
100%.
Or 4, I Dream of Scooping.
I Dream of Yogurt.
I Dream of Yogurt is no, it is
Oh, it
correct.
is
I'm
correct.
sorry,
Oh,
wrong
yes?
button. Yes,
Oh, yes?
it is correct.
So did Gina win?
I think Gina won.
Oh.
I Dream of
All right.
Yogurt.
I'll put a tick mark by her name then.
I Dream of Yogurt.
What a stupid name. Like Gin-Gin.
Gin-Gin, the invisible dog.
Yes. I'm sorry, Todd.
Oh. He was so confident.
I know, right? He was laughing.
I know. That's well, you know what?
Wishful thinking.
What?
I think Todd.
You?
Though, yes, because you know why?
Why?
Because he's still going to give $50 to
That's true.
a charity of Gina's choice.
That's true.
50, 50.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. Well, hang on the line, and we'll tell you how to get those Weezer tickets. Hang on.
I've got a craving for frozen yogurt.
I know, right? All right.
Can you even get frozen yogurt anymore somewhere?
Sure.
I would think
Where?
somewhere would
There's
have it.
TCBY still around.
Are there?
I don't think so.
Yes, in Sugar House.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
Look it up. Bing that for me, would you? All right. Big Boy News now, brought to you by.
Take a visual trip in the dome at Clark Planetarium while listening to the music of some of your favorite rock bands like U2, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and more. Cosmic Light shows play every Friday and Saturday night. Visit clarkplanetarium.org for tickets.
Drew Barrymore
Yes.
had to be escorted off stage
I saw this.
at an event at the 92nd Street Y in New York City on Monday after a man crashed her conversation with Sex Lives of College Girls alum and musician Renee Rapp. In video footage from the event, the daytime TV host and actress was in the middle of discussing Rapp's upcoming album, Snow Angel, when someone yelled out Barrymore's name from the audience. She then paused and responded, "Oh my God, yes, hi." Both Barrymore and Rapp appeared visibly shocked as a man proceeded to approach the stage and identify himself. "You know who I am," he told Barrymore. "I need to see you at some point while you are in New York." Quickly standing up, Rapp put an arm around Barrymore's waist, walked her a safe distance away as security prevented the man from coming into contact with the other actresses. The pair returned to the stage to continue their discussion shortly after the situation was handled, with Rapp praising Barrymore for remaining calm throughout the incident and telling the crowd that the Charlie's Angel star was determined to finish their conversation. By the way, just so we're clear, they were like, "Hey, do you need anything? Just a sec," Rapp said. Barrymore was like, No, I'm okay. I'm good. She similarly complimented Rapp for quickly coming to her defense.
It's. I watched the video. It's a little unnerving.
So who? But what? It doesn't say here.
He's a stalker.
Is that all? I mean, I don't mean it to sound like it's not somebody she actually knows.
Yeah, she recognized him as. That's why they hurried and got her off the stage.
Well, he rushed the stage, didn't he? Doesn't it say in the story?
It says he walked up to the front of the
Yeah,
stage.
exactly.
I mean, I was wondering if it was somebody she knew in terms of an ex-boyfriend or something like that, but just someone she recognized because he had stalked her before. That's no fun.
No.
She's had a rough life in a lot of ways. The Barrymore name in acting goes back to the 1800s at least.
Well, maybe it was her marriage to Tom Green that did it.
Tom Green.
Tom Green.
Utah Valley University has recently been selected as an Amazon Career Choice Partner. Now, what does that mean?
I don't know.
It makes it possible for an Amazon employee to receive free tuition or certification to bachelor degree. So if you're an Amazon employee, have worked there at least 90 days, you can get a free education at UVU, get a free bachelor's degree as long as you remain with the company.
That's kind of neat,
and no limit to the number of years you can benefit. If you want to take a while to get your bachelor's degree while you're working at Amazon, Helping students achieve a long-lasting and beneficial career is at the crux of what we do at UVU, said Wade Oliver, Senior Director of Adult Learner Support Initiatives. Partnering with Amazon's Career Choice program provides a tremendous tuition benefit for our students they might not otherwise have had access to. UVU offers over 200 different degree options that will be available. Tornado Alley. Well, we're not Tornado Alley. There is no Tornado Alley in Utah specifically, but we did yesterday, as Gina pointed out, have a risk of a tornado.
Yeah. Yes.
A very slim 2% chance, which decreased throughout the day, on which unsettled weather swept across the state. With the risk of tornadoes has weakened, the National Weather Service says, and the chances of one occurring in Utah does remain but it's over 0%. You can't say it's nothing.
Okay.
But there is a very slight chance. It marks the first time since June of 2020 that Utah has seen an above 0% chance of tornadoes taking place, which definitely grabbed the attention of amateur and professional weather enthusiasts. Clayton Ashcroft is a storm chaser down in southern Utah who spent part of his day chasing down in parts of Santa Clara and Ivins. He said it came as a shock Tuesday morning when he heard that there was a small threat.
Mm-hmm.
It's different to hear a 2% possibility and look at that cone, too, and that's a chart that the National Weather Service put out. Went from St. George all the way up to central and northern Utah. Mm-hmm. Utah is decently far from Tornado Alley in the Midwest, but it has happened, as we remember. There was a tornado some years ago that did significant damage in Salt Lake. We average about 3 tornadoes a year, actually. The most recent one being last year in Fruitland, an F2 tornado. Fruitland is in Duchesne County, said Monica Traffigan with the National Weather Service. We do see them rarely. It's not unheard of, though. That the one that touched down here in Salt Lake, that was also an F2 tornado, so fairly large.
Mm-hmm.
And that one killed a person. That was 1999, injured 80 other people. It was the most destructive tornado in the state's history.
Wow.
And I was sitting in line at the McDonald's drive-through. We were going to go out to the Kennecott copper mine. The kids wanted to see it.
Oh.
So we were on that McDonald's on North Temple. And my son said, "Hey, is that a tornado?"
Yep.
And I said, "No, there aren't any tornadoes in Utah." And then I looked and I said, that's a tornado.
Mm-hmm.
And it had just come from the Salt Palace, where it had hit the outdoor retailers, folks. It had just come from there, and it was swinging its way up to the Capitol and up through
our old
Memory Grove.
Our old 3 studios ago studio had a window that faced directly down, and it wasn't the Salt Palace. I think it was out toward the Delta Center, wasn't it?
It faced west.
And I had just left work.
Chet was on the air.
Chet was on the air. I was driving south when that happened, but Chet watched it from the window.
Yeah. It came pretty close to that McDonald's, too. I'm going, what the good Lord? It was pretty amazing. But probably not likely to happen again. Lahaina residents are split on whether we ought to be welcoming tourists back to Maui or not.
Was it the mayor spoke and said that there are some sections of the island that are ready for you, and the others not so much?
The problem is they need the tourist dollars.
Yeah.
That's how they make their money.
But then the problem also is that they need a lot of the places that the tourists stay, like Airbnbs and hotels and motels, to put people in because they don't have houses. Actor Jason Momoa took to social media telling his followers, "Do not travel to Maui." Many listened. The Hawaiian Tourism Authority says more than 46,000 people flew out of the airport in the immediate days after the fire. Many on other parts of the island worry what will happen without the engine, though, of tourism driving the local economy. State data shows about 1 in 5 of the jobs in Maui County are related to tourism. Tourists spent $5.7 billion in Maui last year.
We just need to get on quickly rebuilding so people can come back.
Exactly.
And the families of missing people in Maui are really not holding out any hope that they're going to find them alive, but they're They're also losing hope that they're even going to find a trace of anyone.
Yeah.
They'll just have to list presumed dead. There are 115 official confirmed. Roughly 1,000 to 1,100 others are listed as unaccounted for, and that may remain the figure.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Every summer, hundreds of dedicated cyclists take to the road for the annual Tour de France, racing through valleys and small towns across the country while excited spectators cheer them on. The World Naked Bike Ride has enjoyed similar, albeit smaller, fanfare for years as bikers weave through the countryside in the birthday suits.
Okay.
For the first time, local governments are pushing back against the nude Tour de France. 7 stages of the race have been banned in the country for public indecency, with riders facing the risk of prison time and a fine for hopping on their bikes in the buff. I have questions. Practical.
How do you ride a bike?
Practical.
You want to know how to ride a bike? Is that what it is?
Comfort questions.
Oh, you're fine.
When you're nude.
You just get the right kind of seat.
Banana seat.
Yeah. You're fine.
You need one of those.
Okay.
All right.
Weather. That was sports.
Thank you.
So nice and sunny right now. Chance of thunderstorms mainly after 3 p.m. That'll be about a 30% chance. High of 88 today. Traffic, we have a crash northbound I-15 102nd south. It's affecting the center lane of traffic there, causing some slowage as folks come around Point of the Mountain. Crash southbound I-15 at the I-15-215 junction. This is up in Davis County where there's issues there. Stalled vehicle northbound I-15 ramp to go eastbound I-80 in Salt Lake. It's affecting the right shoulder. And northbound I-15 152nd south. So a couple different issues in the same area there causing a lot of slowage. If you see something, you can say something. 33986. Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go place.
All right, we'll have a quick break and then things that must go right after these. Stand by.
Yeah, you listen to Radio from Hell in your car.
Okay.
Hello, yeah, what?
It's our
Time for you.
It's the feature we invented.
Yep.
Taking phone calls on the radio and us speaking to you.
Before we did this, nobody ever, and then everybody copied us, and that's how you got talk radio.
But I don't think anybody's doing it now. It's all like predetermined and no, we're just live. We're doing it live.
We're out there. We're hanging our pants out on the line here.
Stupid.
877-602-9696. You can talk about whatever you want. Ask us any kind of questions. Make a comment. Plug something you're doing. Mm-hmm. And I think Dante here is the only one who's called so far. He has something interesting to propose, I believe.
Yes.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey, Dante, how are you?
Good, you?
Good. Now, Dante, what is this that you would like to tell us?
Good morning, guys. So, this is Dante Smith here. I'm just calling to let you know that my team at Davis High School, we have made it to Worlds in Texas, and we'll be going to Worlds in about 1 month.
Wait a minute, Dante, slow down a second.
Yeah.
Worlds. Now, I know because it says what it is here on the screen, but nobody else you're talking to knows.
Mm-hmm.
What are you competing in?
So we compete in robotics, VEX VRC high school robotics, and
gotcha.
It's very advanced, and we get to work with metal, computers, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you're going to the World Championships where?
In Texas.
In
Texas. We just won state last week. We won state, and so now we're going to Worlds.
Cool. Okay. That's cool.
And we represent Utah every time we go there.
Mm-hmm.
And we've actually won Worlds in the past.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But we're having trouble with sponsors now, and nobody wants to help us even get to Worlds anymore.
So you need you need some backing, and you're going to ask us to sponsor you, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, Dante, let me say first of all, if we can't do that because if we sponsored you, we'd have to sponsor everything that came along.
Yeah.
We really would. And number two, we don't have the money.
We don't.
But
yeah.
you're mentioning it here. What does a sponsorship mean? Because if somebody's listening that owns a business that would like to sponsor you, what does that involve?
So thank you, Gina, on that. But we get to have your sticker on our bot. And once we get to Worlds, it's live stream on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole world can see this.
Okay.
And also, we're even allowed to have music played on our robot as we're competing, too.
Okay. Well, how do people, if they want to sponsor you, how do they go about doing that quickly?
All they have to do is just get a hold of Dane Leeson, which is really easy, and just talk to him. He's at Davis High School.
Okay.
And just talk to him for a little bit. He can arrange everything in about one day, and you're set.
Is he a student?
He's our coach.
Okay, so
and teacher.
What's his name again?
Dane Leafson.
Okay.
Dane Leafson at Davis High School. Contact him, and I'm
Yeah.
sure if you just call, if you're a business and you call Davis High School and ask for Dane Leafson, you'll get to the right guy.
Okay.
Good luck, Dante.
Good luck.
Let us know how it goes.
You're late for school.
Hurry. See you later.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
We'll see you.
Good luck.
Oh, Alejandro. All right. Let's go to Lauren.
Hello, Lauren.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from West Jordan.
All right, what's up?
Well, so like a couple weeks ago, you guys were talking about the TV show History of the World Part 2.
Yes.
And so it sounded awesome, so I watched it, and I am, like, obsessed with it now. But I haven't heard you guys talk about it. So
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, things that you can't take anymore, and so you send them to us. You put Must Go in a subject line of an email, send it to radiofromhell@x96.com, and if we read your Must Go on the radio, maybe it'll make you feel better, and maybe, just maybe, these things will disappear from your life. Listen, I'll go first today.
Okay.
I think I might have mentioned this one before in one form or another. Just people who don't understand those crosswalks that have the lights. Now, first of all, the pedestrians who don't activate the lights.
Correct. Yeah.
But then the people who just sit there and sit there and sit there, even though the pedestrian has passed. If you look at the sign, it says, stop, and when the crosswalk is clear, you may continue even though the light is flashing.
Mm-hmm.
But they sit there and sit there and sit there and wait. It just drives me crazy. Let's see. This one says, people calling in to play Frank Christ and not saying they're fine, they're just fine. If you listen enough to know to call and play, you should know the drill, damn it. Thank you. Let's see. This one says, I want to take this opportunity to thank you. You may use my name, Hunter Red. In May, I submitted a Must Go pertaining to someone impersonating one of my deceased grandmothers.
Oh.
Since then, this impersonation has stopped.
Oh.
Clearly, this is a result of the invisible hands of the sons of the soil.
Well, of course.
That or somebody stopped seeing the benefit of impersonating a nearly 90-year-old with advanced dementia.
No, it was us.
Or both, he says. Either way, thanks and stay care, Hunter.
Thanks, Hunter.
And this one from another Hunter. You may use my pseudonym, which isn't Hunter, so that's a screw-up. But I didn't use the last name, so there you go. Here's a quick list of things that must go. First, I had to renew my license this year, and the temporary license that they issue is not wallet size.
No.
It's crammed in there akin to George Costanza's wallet.
Yeah.
Second, I have a temporary insurance card issued to me, and the print is tiny. Someone, please, just take a second to fix any formatting issues. Third, navigating our healthcare system with a chronic condition. I was briefly uninsured, previously on Medicaid, and had to apply for manufacturer coupons to get essential medication such as insulin. Without the coupon, a monthly supply of insulin would be $300 a month. No one, especially those suffering from chronic illnesses, should have the additional burden of paying for care. And finally, this may be a stretch, but genetic diseases for which there is no cure must go. Listening to Kyle's letters on your show has helped me while I navigate my own health issues. His optimistic and charismatic attitude is something I envy, and I'm thankful that he was so forthcoming about his condition. Always look on the brighter side of life, and thanks for letting me listen. Carrie?
All right. First one from the foot of Mount Doom. When you can see that there's still a little bit of eye drop liquid left in the bottle, but the plastic is too thick and hard that you can't squeeze out the last. It just won't come out at all. Just one drop, and that's all you need. It's just one
Terrible.
drop. All right. This one from a friend of the program in rehab. Things that must go. The last 2 years of my life. Spent $500,000 on drugs, and all I got was rehab. Not a good trade. Not to put too fine a point on it. This sucks. Should have seen that coming. Friend of the program in rehab. Entertain us! All right. This one from Austin. What must go is restaurant tables that are the wrong height for the chairs.
Yes.
Oh, man, I hate this.
Either way. Sometimes you're way too low or way.
I hate sitting down to dinner feeling like a little kid at the adult table. That one's worse.
Yeah.
I can handle it the other way, but when the top of the table is up to my neckline, that's too much. All right. Let's see. This one from first time sending an email to Things That Must Go. Co-workers not answering the phone when it's their damn job. Please make this go away. This one from Jim's. My gratitude for allowing me to listen. Going back to KJQ, and I swear a station before that, a really bad FM signal. Yeah, well, there were a couple.
Yep.
Anywho, the old lady that wears a black wetsuit in the heated pool must go.
Jeez.
For 1 to 2 seconds, my heart stops thinking that maybe a pool shark is waiting for me. I just see a big black shape moving super slow when I look out of my window in the morning. She exacerbates my fear by using a snorkel, so no arm movement. More adulation to you, and thank you. And finally, this one. Things that must go. The BM that always wakes my dog up at 3:30 a.m. routinely. Gina.
Good morning, friends. This is from our friend Raul Montemayor.
Oh, hello, Raul.
Not being able to get to Mr. Juicy's on San Pedro and Hildebrand in San Antonio to get one of their delicious, legendary chicken fried steaks must go.
Oh.
My heart goes out to you, Raul. I was hoping to live through you with this experience.
Mr. Juicy's?
Mr. Juicy.
I've been trying to get there ever since I found out it was back on the menu for, quote, a limited time. Today was supposed to be the big day. However, fate and circumstance and work had other plans for me. I'm on my way to Austin to deal with some customer emergency. No Mr. Juicy for me.
Damn it.
Let's see this. Good morning, Lordy ladies. Please don't use my name. Being the only leftist mechanic blue-collar worker in Utah must go. More specifically, my misogynistic boss and his wife, who happens to run HR, must go. Thanks for letting me listen.
That's a terrible combination.
And finally, this from, feel free to use my name if so inclined. All right, Jessica, I will. I have one thing that must go, or maybe it's a PSA. Attention, Utah mothers. I may be just another childless drunk, but I'm begging you to please stop referring to your sons as, quote, your little stud on social media or in general, really. I've seen multiple back-to-school posts and photos with this term. Could be my background in animal husbandry talking, but calling your child a stud gives me a serious creeper vibe. Please just stop. Ew. Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah, everybody knows it should be Bud. Hey, Bud.
Or something.
Things that must go on the radio.
All right, and be sure to email us your things that must go. Texting them does no good.
Yeah, perhaps you just listened to that list and it made you think of something that, I've been meaning to send that in. Don't text it. Email radiofromhell@x96.com, and we'll get to it next week.
Yes, easy. All right. Let's see, traffic, Cheetah.
So crash 4th West, 200 North in Kaysville, up to Davis County. We have a crash westbound 1050 West 12th Street. That's up to Weber County. We also have crash eastbound SR 201 46th West in Salt Lake. Crash northbound I-15 102nd South. This has caused the center lane to be closed, and there is some considerable slowage as you come around Point of the Mountain northbound into Draper. Let me check our message stream, see if anybody sent anything in. They want to know if the cyclists have a helmet on. Are they actually nude? This is a reasonable question. I don't know the answer to that. Take a visual trip in the Dome at Clark Planetarium while listening to the music of some of your favorite rock bands like U2, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and more. Cosmic light shows play out every Friday and Saturday night. Visit clarkplanetarium.org for tickets.
All right, real quick here before we get to the break. I think it's over for Vivek Ramaswamy.
What did he do now?
Vivek.
Vivek. Not that he had much.
Not that he had a chance, but this is on Fox News. Ramaswamy was already a millionaire when he accepted Soros Award he said he needed to pay for law school.
Yeah, I saw this.
Reported
He was already a millionaire?
Yeah. Reported $2.2 million income during the same year he accepted a Soros scholarship.
Oh, yeah,
He's done.
They won't let that go.
Nope, they'll never let that go.
He's an idiot.
Are you going to watch the debate?
No.
Let's get the highlights when I wake up. Somebody will grab all those juicy highlights for me, and I'll just get them when I wake up.
I think it's going to be a sorry affair.
It will be. I want to see a slap fight, though. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
What?
Boner recap coming up. The easiest contest we have on the radio. Easy because we've already told you the answer to the question we're about to ask. And that is, who won the boner this morning? We told you about an hour and 15 minutes ago. So it's online if you look it up. X96.com. You could win what?
So it's Grid City Music Fest, and it's going on August 25th and 26th, and we have tickets to both of those days.
All right, there you go. You'll win. 877-602-9696. You'll win those tickets. Easy game to play. Also coming up, if you're going to make me play U2, I'm going to play it on vinyl.
Okay.
All right, so I got some vinyl.
Sounds like a
for you.
threat.
It is a threat. Because my U2 record here is very scratchy.
Oh, then
I like
bring
it
it on.
way. I like it that
It
way.
could skip at any time.
Oh,
I'm
great.
just warning you. We'll have that for you coming up after the standby.
So I'm watching the Pac-12 championship game.
Right now?
I was over the weekend. And it was awesome. It was so fun.
Okay.
But what you're doing as a Ute fan when you're watching, or whomever your team is, and wondering if they're going to go to a bowl game, you're watching the game and it looks like they're going to win, but you're not sure. And you're thinking, do I want to go to the bowl game? Especially the Rose Bowl, because it's the last time it's going to be held in this way.
Okay.
Meaning that the winner of the Pac-12 championship automatically goes to the Rose Bowl. That's not going to happen anymore.
All right.
It's going to be part of a college football playoff thing that's too complicated.
And the
to go
parade.
into.
And the parade.
And the parade.
Yeah.
So watching the game and as you're watching it, you're on Ticketmaster watching the price of the tickets so they have an algorithm that changes based on activity.
Yeah. Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you're trying to pick just the right time to buy the tickets because you want to try to get it ahead of time. But if something happens toward the end of the game and they don't win, and then you get stuck with these
What
tickets.
price did they start at?
I don't know. I started looking at it when they were like $200.
And then what did they get to?
I will get to that.
Okay.
So it looks like they're going to win. Okay, let's do it. Let's buy the tickets now because they're only going to get more expensive.
Okay.
But then part of you's like, but I wonder who they're going to play. Now, Ute fans have a little bit of an advantage because you know they're going to play. Not quite sure yet who the other team is going to be. So you get a better chance of getting tickets. But you still want to.
Because the other team has not gotten into the...
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other team has further to travel.
That's true. So I said to Joe, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to buy tickets. So I said, how many should I get? And he's like, we'll buy 5. We'll take the whole family. I'm like, okay. That's pricey, by the way.
I bet.
But I got them at a pretty good price. They were like $300 a ticket.
Wow.
They're thousands of dollars now.
Right.
So I got in at the right time. But now that I have them, we looked at each other and went, well, can we go?
Do we really want to go?
That's the question.
Can we? Because The other thing that hadn't been announced yet is what day the game was. Because usually
What's on New Year's Day, isn't
it's
it?
not. It's on the 2nd.
Oh, the 2nd, yeah.
But it is usually on New Year's Day.
It's usually on the 1st.
Yeah.
What is there any reason it isn't this year?
I'm not sure why, but that's so it's like, okay, so it's not the 1st, it's the 2nd. Kids go back to school on the 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think
I'm supposed to be at work.
On the when? The 3rd or the 2nd?
Whatever. The 2nd.
Oh yeah. You could put the kids off a day, but
Well-
you can't, but you better get your ass to work.
And then the other thing is Festus is coming home for Christmas.
Yeah.
And he's going to be, which is why I bought 5 tickets, because I'm like, maybe we'll all go. But I did all this before talking to him. Like, I don't know if he's got plans for New Year's Eve or something.
I'm invited to a big party, Mom. It's up in Park City.
So now I have these tickets, and now I'm having total second thoughts about whether we should go or not. Although you listened to Ed Brass talk this morning, who's like, you should go.
He had a great time.
Yeah, I told you my friend Jeff and Kari went last year and said it was just an incredibly great experience. It was so fun, and they both got COVID.
Well, it was worth getting COVID for.
I suppose.
So there's this part of me that's now I'm overthinking it.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, you're not. You've got to make it because you could sell those tickets, right?
I could.
So you're not overthinking.
There you
it.
go.
Just get your crap together and decide what you're going to do by Wednesday.
Because part of it is like flights sell out, hotels sell.
Yeah.
All there's
so you have
many...
to do it fast.
Yeah,
but you got.
I don't like making decisions this way.
Well, listen. Here's what you do then, Gina. Either let me make it for you, or go to your husband and say, "Honey, I just can't do this. What shall we do?"
I know I wouldn't regret going. I know if we were there, we would have a great time, and we'd be like, I'm so glad I did.
You wouldn't be feeling guilty about missing work at all.
Yeah, but responsible Gina is like, oh, the kids go back to school, and I go.
Don't make the decision then. Let your husband make it.
Really, the husband should make the decision.
As the head of the household, as the patriarch of the family, it's really his decision.
It's just so unlike me to be sitting there watching the game and going, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy these tickets. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it.
Sounds to me just like your mother trying to buy tickets buy Garth Brooks tickets in your car. You are your mother. You know.
No,
that.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Let's say that you did go on the 2nd. When would you be back?
So the game is on the 2nd, so I'm not coming back on the 2nd. I'd have to come back on the 3rd.
See, so there's the problem.
So then you wouldn't get to work on the 4th.
Yeah, even if we were to, make it so that you took that day off.
But when I bought the tickets, I thought, like Bill did, well, it'll be on New Year's Day. We don't work on New Year's Day.
You could leave right after the game and get on a flight and then be to work on the 3rd. You could. Here, I'll make if you won't go to your husband, I'll make the decision for you.
The men need to make these decisions.
$300 a ticket. Sell them for $350 a piece.
So make money.
And
that's what I would do.
And that's a low price. That's low compared to so somebody will snap them up.
I'm not worried about selling them. I'm worried about missing out on an experience. I'm worried about it coming and going, we should have just done that. Why did we do that? I don't know. This is a dumb thing to be
the last
worried
Rose Bowl ever.
I mean, kind of, in a way. I mean, they're going to have it still, but it'll be part of the college football playoff thing. It won't be automatically the Pac-12 winner be in it. Utes might never have another chance to be.
Well, they're going to be national contenders next year.
It's the granddaddy. It's the most famous bowl game.
It is. That's why I don't understand why people still don't embrace the NIT basketball tournament. Because it's the original tournament.
Bill's all about the knit.
Yeah.
So
people are saying that the reason that the game is on the 2nd is because January 1st has NFL football and the NCAA is not allowed to.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
sense.
The first is a Sunday or
And Wade Taylor says, tell her Tell her attorney says to go.
Well, if your attorney says
you
to
can
go.
always work, but how often can you do
Now,
that?
if I can get our other two attorneys to tell me what to do.
Wait a minute, Wade. What do you mean you could? When referring to Gina, you don't say you can always work. That's not.
You
Does
mean
not
I'll
apply.
have to start?
Yeah, does not apply.
Well, we'll be following this story for you throughout.
We'll follow it all day if we have to.
Let your kids decide.
Oh, well, you know what else?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. No.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Because Muhammad would want to go 100%.
Mhm.
If I tell Jonesy you have to miss a day of school, this is my daughter.
Mhm.
Well, no, I
can't do
I
that.
can't miss a day of school, even though she totally could miss it.
Yeah, of course she could.
All right. Okay. Well,
the dilemma that
not easy.
that we first worlders have.
I know.
Title. Joshua Tree, of course, is the album. It's Where the Streets Have No Name. You too.
Yeah, just let it go like that.
let it go like that.
I don't understand. I just don't understand why you would like the cracks and the pops.
You really don't?
People
No.
love it.
No, because I hated that when I had records. It was time to buy a new record because it's a scratched up. You tried to avoid getting your record in that condition.
It's
All right.
nostalgic.
Here we go. Time for the boner recap.
All right, what is the prize that could be won here?
Winding
tickets to Grid City Music Fest. This is happening at the Commonwealth Room on the 25th and 26th, and we have 2 days of tickets. for that.
Both days.
And I heard you were going to put those in a coffee mug. Is there some truth to that?
There is truth to that.
All right.
Tickets in mug.
All right, who do we have that wants those tickets doing the boner recap?
We have Kaylee, but
Kaylee.
we need some people, in case Kaylee gets it wrong, we need some people to back her up at 877-602-9696.
Oh, I have faith in Kaylee.
Kaylee, you there?
I'm here.
Hi, Kaylee.
Here we go.
Kaylee.
Oh, hi.
Hi. You have a lovely voice. Are you doing all right today?
I'm doing fine, just fine.
Yes, you are.
there we go.
That's lovely. And Kaylee, where are you calling from?
I'm in Salt Lake.
Okay. Kaylee, I'll read you the three boner candidates we presented earlier. And if you tell me the right one that was the winner, you get those Grid City tickets and a Radio from Hell coffee mug. And were you listening earlier?
I was, yeah.
Oh,
okay. Good. I think this will be easy then. All right, here we go. Boner candidate number one was, just take me to jail, man. There's a guy with all the drugs. They found all these drugs in his car. And he, rather than argue with the cops or when they asked him, what are you doing with this? He said, just take me to jail. He just gave up.
Yep.
Boner candidate number two. Vivek says he was misquoted, but there's a tape that proves otherwise. That's Vivek Ramaswamy running for president, Republican, busted by actual tape after claiming that he was misquoted on the 9/11 conspiracy theory. Yes, he is a truther, and he then tried to deny it. And just he's on tape, okay? And then boner candidate number three was Jesus Christ and his liberal talking points. Evangelical pastor Russell Moore, revealing that he and other pastors are quite alarmed because that some of their Trump-loving congregants are deriding Jesus' teachings as weak, saying that the Sermon on the Mount is nothing but liberal talking points.
Jesus' words are too woke.
They forgot which fan club they're a member of.
All right, those were the three. Which one, Kaylee, was the winner?
If I remember correctly, by a lot, it was number 3.
You do remember correctly by a lot.
Correct.
See,
And
it pays to listen to all of the Radio from Hell show.
And there you go. You've won a prize, and I hope you enjoy that. And then let us know how you enjoyed the Grid City Music Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, I will.
And the coffee mug.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Of course.
Hold on.
Hang on. We'll get those to you. All right. Yeah, I read that article, and I was just blown away.
Yeah.
Why is it that I know the Bible better than these people?
Well, when
shouldn't be.
asked where that came from, they said, "Well, that's Jesus." Then just dismissing Jesus out of hand, like, "Well, that's too woke."
Well, Jesus was.
We need a new Jesus for our times. We need an ass-kicking Jesus.
Jesus was the original woke, I'm afraid.
We need a Jesus who's not afraid to kick asses and take names. That's what we need.
They like the Jesus riding a dinosaur holding a machine gun. Is that the Jesus?
That's what they
thing?
want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, the world is a tree with rotten branches, and the Messiah's coming with an axe. That's what's going to happen. Second coming, it's not going to be that namby-pamby stuff.
An axe, huh?
Yeah, coming with an axe. Yeah.
Yeah. I shouldn't know the Bible better than these people.
Shouldn't.
That shouldn't be.
I
that
think
way.
there's something wrong that you know the Bible at all.
I know, right?
Well, you had to have a little bit.
You grew up with the. It's good to be part of being well read.
Yes.
Is the Bible.
And I'll have to bring in my Jesus comic book that I have.
Oh.
I have a Jesus, The Adventures of Jesus comic book.
Like a graphic novel kind of thing?
No, it's a comic book.
Oh, it's
Didn't classic comics ever do like Bible stories?
Oh, sure
I
they
think
did.
They did, yeah.
They used to do all kinds of literature in comic book form.
The classic comic series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They did medieval stories.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Shakespeare.
It was very helpful when you didn't want to read the actual book.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of the crib notes of its time.
So one thing my children and I'm sorry to say, are growing up with no really reference towards biblical stories or almost none.
Which is unfortunate because
it comes up in a lot of
referenced
things.
in literature.
Yeah. It's a good shorthand, as well.
Yeah, a lot of things happen in The Simpsons that they don't get
Sure.
because it's stuff that's the biblical references.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're getting if you go to liberal education, just get a general liberal education in college, that's
what?
Not in a religious school necessarily, but they will have world religions classes where you learn about all kinds of stuff. And the Bible is it's an old book you should be aware of, whether you believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't make them go to church. I didn't want to make them go to church. So
well, no, but there's. You need some references sometimes.
Every Easter we used to sit down and watch the movie on TV, The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. That was kind of like the Wizard of Oz was what, in the spring or some I can't remember exactly.
What about
when.
10 Commandments?
10 Commandments, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it was the 10 Commandments instead of The Greatest Story Ever Told, or maybe it was both of them from time to time.
I only was able to stay up late enough to see 5 Commandments.
Don't have them watch the scary Jesus movie where Willem Dafoe is Jesus. He's not a good Jesus.
That's the one.
He's scary, creepy Jesus.
That's the one. The Messiah. That's based on a novel by Kazantzakis, and it's the one.
Last Temptation.
Yeah, the Last Temptation of Christ, and that's the one where the line is, "The Messiah is coming with an axe." It's from that novel.
Really?
I think so.
Willem Dafoe, a good actor, not a good Jesus.
It's all right. Go back to sleep. Judas and I are talking.
That's him, isn't it?
That's him. All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back with your big boy news and opinioendo. And we got a concert calendar coming up, concert and community calendar. Stand by for all of that.
I was worried you guys would hear. Mohammed ordered a duck call a while ago, and it finally arrived. So he's been walking around the house, tooting on his duck call.
Now, did he get that from the Duck Dynasty people?
I
hope
I'm
not.
Sure, where he got. Here, I'll grab him real quick.
What's the name of their duck? Is it Duck Commander or something like that?
I don't know. Now, see, I'm trying to figure out why he would have a duck call. Now, I had
because
a duck call growing up because we would hunt ducks.
He's been duck hunting.
Has he been?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think Gina's told us the story. He has been duck hunting with his uncle or something.
Interesting.
Yeah. No,
Because
this
so I have a passing familiarity with duck calls.
I think the Duck Dynasty people, their company was called Duck Commander, but that's how they made their millions of dollars is with a duck with duck
With
calls.
the duck calls, yeah, that's how they made all their big
Okay,
money.
show him your duck call.
So
Well, no, wait.
blow
First
in
of
it.
all, wait a second. First of all, I want to know what brand this is, Mohammed. What brand of duck call is this?
Bill wants to know what brand of duck call it is. Into the microphone.
It's a Ducks Waterfowl duck call.
Ducks Waterfall.
DUX is a brand.
DUX.
I see.
Okay.
Okay, one more toot and then go to school. Okay, have a good day.
Yeah, that's important. It's important that he have one of those.
I can do
He's
that.
my little hunter.
Yeah,
He's my little outdoorsman.
Carrie was wondering why he had it, and I said, "Well, I remember the story. He's been duck hunting.
He's been.
Oh,
duck
yeah.
hunting. Okay.
He's my outdoorsman.
Kellogg's launching a new cereal.
Yes.
Kellogg's teaming up with the animated kids TV show Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, for the introduction of a new macaroon-flavored Kellogg's Miraculous cereal.
It sounds delicious.
Kellogg's Miraculous cereal features sweet strawberry-flavored pink and purple cereal pieces with white marshmallows.
Where's the...
New offering represents Kellogg's first-ever macaron-flavored cereal. You can find Kellogg's Miraculous cereal at retailers nationwide starting this month. And
Carrie, you're our cereal specialist. So
Well, I just need to find it. I also hear rumors of a strawberry frosted flakes out there.
Ooh,
I haven't seen that.
that sounds good.
Yeah, I've heard that rumor. I need to. Apparently, it's at Walmart, but I don't go to Walmart, so hopefully.
This one is it just says at retailers nationwide. So
The thing is about the strawberry frosted flakes. Pink Panther cereal, a long time ago.
Right.
That was strawberry frosted flakes.
I remember
so,
that.
what is going on
And
here?
is the flake strawberry or is the frosting
Or is the frosting?
The
strawberry?
frosting.
These are
Do
two
not know.
different
It's
things.
the frosting is
know.
I don't think the flake is strawberry flavored. It's the frosting. It would be difficult to make a strawberry flavored flake, I think.
They could do it.
I used to love Frosted Flakes, though. They were great.
Mm-hmm.
They were what?
They were
Great!
Thank you.
All right. Well, they were.
They still are.
I haven't had them for years. That was, what's his name, too, wasn't it? For Thurl Ravenscroft.
Thurl Ravenscroft. Yeah. There's a Minecraft frosted flakes with little marshmallows in it. But I'll try this miraculous one. I'll try them all.
I don't know anything. Do you know that show, the kid show, Miraculous Tales of Ladybug
I'm not
and
familiar
Cat Noir?
with the cartoon, but the cereal sounds wonderful.
Macaron flavor.
right now. And all of that leftover news that you've been curating over there, Bill.
Oh, is that what I'm doing?
It is,
to it?
yeah, curating. You know, stacking.
Yeah.
Go ahead and reach into the stack. It's Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
When a tiny drop causes a ripple, it travels through all corners and provides streams of wonder and oceans of discovery. Reserve your visit now at Loveland Living Planet Aquarium.
Thank you.
Cougar Pride Center, a group run by BYU students and alumni, will be starting a queer chorus in time for the beginning of the school year. The chorus will be not only open to BYU-affiliated members, but any member of the public, regardless of sexual orientation. Queer choirs started in San Francisco in 1978 to provide a supportive environment and share their inclusive message through music. BYU student David Schill, who will be the local choir director, said Cougar Pride Center's choir will welcome everyone. Just because it's geared toward queer people and LGBTQ people doesn't mean that you have to be one of those to join. You can be an ally. We just will not tolerate any sort of hateful language or homophobic comments or stuff like that. So we're still very adamant that it's a safe place for queer people, but non-BYU students, alumni, anyone who wants to can participate, he said. The Cougar Pride Center is a group that advocates and provides resources for members of the LGBTQ plus community. It's unaffiliated with BYU, but strives to provide a safe space for queer students. It's important to remember the history that we do have, and also the ways that gay choruses and queer choruses have been so important as places of belonging, said the Pride Center president, Macy Gwynn. Gwynn said many of the group's singers grew up in or are still members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and as such, many participated in church choirs, and this is a place where they can do that again. Well, in case you missed this, a Fayette County, Pennsylvania man is facing charges after state police say he attacked a teenager who did not make him a sandwich.
Well, I mean...
State police said the attack happened on Tex Lane in New Salem, Pennsylvania. Justin Jelitz was allegedly responsible for this attack. Police say that Mr. Jelitz punched the boy in the face and hit his head on the wall several times.
Was he already making a sandwich and he just asked for an extra sandwich?
Well, why don't we find out? Let's see. When troopers asked Mr. Jelitz what his name was, when they were responding, he said, "I'm the Uniontown Ninja."
Well,
it doesn't say whether the youth was in the process of making a sandwich or was just standing there looking like he was going to make a sandwich.
Because it's, if you're already making a sandwich, it's not that much more trouble to just make another sandwich.
Particularly if you are the Uniontown Ninja who's
Especially.
asking for the sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, how do you say no to the Uniontown Ninja?
A driver was criticized at a council meeting after he was told, this is in Stockton, England, after he was told that he must find the exact pothole that caused damage to his car. Trevor Kay said he needed to replace 2 tires at a cost of $115 after driving on several potholes along Boathouse Lane in Stockton. The 66-year-old man from Dixon Street, Stockton, said that the council's response was absolutely ridiculous. Stockton Borough Council said it was required by law for claimants to provide specific information.
All right.
Mr. Kay, a retired steel erector and former soldier, said as soon as he turned onto the road, both my near side tires popped. He pulled over to find the damage before contacting the city council straight away and sending photographs of the road. He said there were as many as 10 potholes dotted along that road. Mr. Kay said, when you turn a corner, you don't know exactly where the potholes are. A few days later, he received an email which said that the council required more information before a payout, a reimbursement, could be considered. I have to tell them exactly which pothole I hit out of about 8 or 10, and that's ridiculous, he said. I can't identify exactly which pothole I hit. I've got no claim. It's just totally wrong. A council spokesperson said that the road had since been inspected and defects had been marked for repairs. We are required by law to ask claimants to provide information on the specific pothole which has caused damage to the vehicle. Okay.
And
what? That Kelsey Grammer, Frazier.
The
Finally,
reboot?
yeah, finally.
Is it a sequel or?
It says it's a revival, is what
Yeah,
it says.
it'll be a continuation. Like his kid will be grown up. You know.
Revival at Paramount Plus set its premiere date. The return of the beloved sitcom will debut with its first 2 episodes on Paramount Plus, October 12th in the U.S. and Canada, and October 13th in all other territories. In addition, the first 2 episodes will air back-to-back on CBS, October 17th. The new season consists of 10 episodes. Paramount Plus has released first-look photos from the series and a teaser featuring a new recording of series star Kelsey Grammer performing the theme song, Tossed Salads and Scrambled Eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Salad and Scrambled Eggs.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
It was a good show. He's this right-wing asshat. The rest of the cast had to get a lot of money for them to come back. They even said so. And is BB Newworth going to be there? Then
I don't know.
'Cause
I don't know who's coming back
I'll watch
specifically. A tidal wave of stray cats has hit New York City this summer,
Really?
paralyzing its shelter system as volunteers scramble for solutions and call for more city action. Stray cats live hard lives. They're often sick and at risk of infection with missing eyes and or limbs. They can also carry parasites and diseases, putting other cats and even people at risk. They poop on doorsteps, kill local wildlife like birds. There are so many that the typically timid animals have become a public nuisance in some hard-hit neighborhoods. Dozens of new volunteers and cat organizations have sprung up to meet the problem, but they say they're facing burnout, and as the summer kitten season wears on, the cat population shows no signs of stopping, and the volunteers aren't sure that they can keep up with their work. No official count, but most places say most place the population of stray cats at around 500,000.
Wow.
With some estimates as high as 1 million. There are groups of cat colonies in all corners of the 5 boroughs.
Wow.
Ah, man. That would get overwhelming.
I strut right by with my tail in the air. Stray cat strut, I'm a
Ladies' cat.
And Frontier Airlines is looking to lighten the burden of the debt by giving school debt by giving away airline miles to 100 people.
Really?
The airline's student loan mile match will award the lucky winners the amount of student debt they have in the form of miles, up to $100,000. For example, if somebody has $50,000 in debt, they would receive 50,000 Frontier Airline miles. With flights available for as little as 10,000 miles, Frontier miles are a great way to take advantage of Frontier's expansive network and enjoy getaways to explore someplace new or visit family and friends. To enter, participants can submit an entry form on the. It's a contest. Not everybody gets it, but Frontier shares that no purchase is necessary, but a Frontier Miles account is required for entry. Bonus entries can be earned by sharing the sweepstakes on social media, according to Frontier.
Well, and this is all good news and all, but as Guy in the chat room points out, but you have to fly Frontier.
Yeah, well, that is
Are they going anywhere I want to go?
Animal fans will have no trouble spotting this cute new addition to the Tennessee Zoo. A baby giraffe was born.
Oh, did you see the pictures?
Without any spots.
We don't have any for x96.com/live.
At the Brights Zoo in Tennessee, and is believed to be the only living one of her kind.
Really?
The zoo welcomed the giraffe, which has yet to be named, causing officials to seek expert opinion, over the fully brown, spotless female giraffe calf.
They should name her Spot.
Try saying giraffe calf.
Giraffe calf.
Giraffe experts believe she's the only solid-colored, reticulated giraffe living anywhere on the planet.
I'll have a venti giraffe calf, please.
Although there have been previous
Cute.
reports
there she is,
There she is.
x96.com/live.
Oh, look at her.
There have been previous reports of spotless giraffes in the past. A calf at Brights Zoo in Limestone in northeast Tennessee appears to be the only one which is fully brown, as opposed to fully white.
And this one is mostly brown.
Well, yeah.
Well, I like the white around the eyes. It's a nice touch.
He looks soft.
It's a she.
She looks soft. Spot.
6 feet tall, thriving under the care of her mother. The zoo's founder has not commented on why the giraffe could be missing its spots. he said that the newborn's popularity is helping raise awareness over its endangered species.
While the mother was pregnant, she was scared by a ghost. So scared that the spots jumped off of the baby that was inside
Reticulated giraffes are dwindling in numbers in the world. They're very endangered. They are being poached.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they shouldn't be. Gorgeous animals.
Yeah.
All right, weather?
It was a gorgeous day. Sunny and nice right now. After 3 p.m. is when we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Only 30%, though. 88 for a high.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back in about 3.5 minutes with our concert and community calendar. Stand by for that. RenaissanceRanch.com.
Yes, if you or someone you know, someone you love is struggling with addiction to drugs and alcohol, this is a message for you. You need help. It's hard to ask. It's hard to ask for yourself, certainly, but it's hard to ask for a family member as well. But help is out there with Renaissance Ranch Addiction Treatment Center. Their program is designed for male patients, and they offer residential and outpatient services. I've met with the owners of the Renaissance Ranch, and they are very caring people, and they have a very good program. It's staffed by recovering addicts who have great empathy because they understand. They know what you're going through. They have been there themselves. Help is out there with Renaissance Ranch. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation and read success stories online. You'll find them at RenaissanceRanch.com. That's RenaissanceRanch.com, and they do accept most private insurance.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you...
Hello, X96. Oh, hello, Bert. Bert, calm down, okay? Look, hang on a sec, okay? We'll talk to you on the speakerphone. Hang on just a second. Bill, it's Bert.
Oh, man. Bert, again? That's the third time this week.
Come on now. The guy's going through some real tough stuff right now. We may be the only friends he has left.
Well, why can't he call and cry to Dom?
Dom DeLuise has deserted him, too. I mean, look, let's talk to him. I mean, he's really hurt.
Oh, all right. Put him on the speakerphone. Okay. Hi, Bert. It's Carrie and Bill.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Bet you're real excited about that Cop and a Half movie finally coming out, Bert.
Bill, Cop and a Half has been out for a year, and it was a stiff. Bert, I saw that movie. It was great. I bought my own copy. You were great. That kid sucked.
Yeah, sorry, Bert.
Thank you.
Well, hey, how's Lonnie doing?
Bill, Lonnie dumped him some time ago. Don't listen to him. She's a lying bitch, Bert. You're better off without her. And she looks like hell. Yeah, she looks like a mortician does her makeup.
Yeah, she looks awful, Bert. Not like you. You look great these days.
Yeah.
Saw you on Evening Shade the other night, Bert. Hey, you doing something different to your hair?
Jeez, his hair fell out years ago. Nobody can tell, Bert. It looks great. Very natural.
Oh, yeah, it's very nice. You must be paying big money for those rugs.
Oh, listen, Bert, I'm real sorry. I mean, you call us up so that we can cheer you up, and, well, I just don't think we're doing a very good job.
No.
Bert, is there another old friend that you can call?
I know, Bert. You ought to call Dinah. What's Dinah Shore doing?
Way to go, Einstein. Dinah Shore has been dead for months.
Oh. Well, how about we have him call Sally Field? Is she still alive?
You idiot.
Just a quick note here. Is a statistic for you. Only 1 out of 9 people say that they would donate, when they died, would donate their uterus for transplant.
Why only?
Now,
are these people?
Only 1 out of 9 said that they would allow a family member to donate a uterus. They're doing uterus transplants in they're playing God in Russia or someplace like that.
Are these people that would donate other organs?
Yeah.
So you can have my eyes, you can have my kidneys.
Can't have my uterus.
Why?
Uterus donation, they think is. Oh, it was in Saudi Arabia. I think it was done. Doctors in Saudi Arabia. I guess they. I don't know. Okay, Gina, would you donate your uterus?
You can have whatever you want of mine when I die. Because guess what? I'm dead.
I'd keep it in a box. I'd use it for a catcher's mitt.
Please use. Everything is very well preserved.
I think people think it's just too creepy. Your uterus is well preserved?
Sure.
It's low mileage. One owner? It's a one
I
owner?
only drive it to and from church on Sunday, and that's it.
Yep. Well, okay.
Good. Please
okay.
have it.
All right.
Take my uterus.
All right, 9:36, and let's see. Let me get the interface up here. Trent is on the phone for you.
He is. Is he there now? Trent Falcone?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Well, that must be the voice I hear then. Hi, Trent.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Trent is Live Nation. He is Live Nation.
All of Live Nation.
He is
everything.
Entirely.
The man, the myth, the legend that is Live Nation. What's happening?
Well, I just wanted to see how you guys were doing.
Oh.
I've missed you.
Yeah, we're doing okay. See you later.
Okay, so we'll get into the music. Friday, August 25th, Rachel Jenkins at Kilby Court. And the one that I know you're excited for, Bill, at USANA Amphitheater. Also on Friday, it's Mudvayne, Coal Chamber, Guar, Non-Point, and our friend Heidi Shepard and Butcher Babies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Former intern for the Radio from Hell show.
Yep.
Long time ago. Saturday, August 26th, we have the Feel So Close EDM dance party at the Depot. Also happening on Saturday. It's the debut of the Mind the Gap Festival. That's happening at the Gateway. Very cool lineup, so check that out at mindthegapfest.com. Moving to Sunday, August 27th, Weezer with Spoon and White Reaper. That's happening at the Great Saltaire. Monday, August 28th, we have Poppy and Paris coming to the Complex. And also, the next day, Tuesday, August 29th, it's Pantera and Lamb of God coming to USANA. And then on sale Friday, 10 a.m., livenation.com. Living Legends coming to the Depot December 14th, and Corey Long at the Depot on February 12th. And we're going to go straight up metal this time for the giveaway.
Okay.
We're going to do 2 tickets to Escape the Fate. That's at the Depot on August 31st. That's all ages. We're going to do 4 tickets to see Mudvayne at USANA on Friday. And then we're going to do 2 tickets on the Toyota Party Deck for Pantera and Lamb of God.
Oh, wow.
So this is first come, first serve.
Metalheads only.
877.
Metalheads only.
Or if you have a metalhead in your family.
That's true.
877-602-9696. First come, first serve for those. There's 3 sets of. There's one. You got a 4-pack there.
Yeah.
One. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right, Trent. It looks like a busy week for you, so we'll let you go.
It'll be fun.
We'll let you go get to it right now.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Trent.
Bye. Thank you, sir. All right. What do we got? Katie?
Other things happening. The Grid City Festival at the Commonwealth Room is happening both Friday and Saturday. If you want to go check that out, we are giving away tickets to that all weekend. So that should, or all week. That should be fun. Surprise Chef at the Stateroom is also happening on Friday, and In the Wave at Piper Down. I love Piper Down, and they always have great bands that come and perform there. Along with cocktail making workshop at the Gateway on Friday.
Okay.
Which should be super fun if you want to learn how to make some cocktails. On Saturday, we have the Blue Moon Festival which there's a link to all the information. There was too much for me to add into it, but it looks really fun. And also the emo rodeo at
what in the world is that?
Boomerang's Down Under bar. I'm sorry. It's a hip hop and EDM show, which is good. It's very interesting. I'm not exactly sure, but it should be fun. Happening on Saturday. Also on Saturday, the 2023 Draper Bark in the Park at the Galena, I think, dog park in Draper. So there's going to be a bunch of vendors over at the dog park for all the doggy fun things going on. And if you like demolition derbies, the West Jordan Demolition Derby is going on at the West Jordan Arena on Saturday as well. So you can check that out. Other things happening all weekend. Dreamscapes is still over at Southtown Mall. Snowbird Oktoberfest is happening. You don't want to miss out. I'm actually going up on Sunday. Oh, good. I'm really excited because they have pumpkin beer. It's back in season. Other things, the Brick Slopes. It's a Lego fan event at the Mountain America Expo Center. It's gonna kind of alternate or be in a separate area from the Crystal Festival, which is a rock, gem, mineral, and crystal show that Bill will be at. That's also at Mountain America Expo Center all weekend.
Nobody asked me to be at the Lego Festival.
It was the first I heard about it, and it sounds kind of cool. But also fun comedians that I like dearly. TJ Miller's going to be at Wise Guys this weekend, so that should be pretty fun if you have tickets to go. I think there's still some options available. But that's your concert and community calendar for this week, minus, of course, the farmers markets that are still going on all weekend. And you can find links and all the information over at x96.com right now.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Escape the fate. That's what we were giving away. All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Katie.
All right. So we will take a break. We will crawl towards the exits. Coming up after these, stand by. We have late-breaking news from the nursery. Mikkel is on the line. Hello, Mikkel.
Mikkel.
This is Gina's sister, Mikkel.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Are you at the hospital, Mikkel?
I am. Am I a terrible sister? I'm out here in the hall calling you guys. Why am I doing that?
Because we need to know.
Are you an aunt?
Of course I'm an aunt. I'm the aunt.
Well, she was an aunt
I
before,
know, but
though.
are you an aunt
A new
two
aunt.
times over?
Many times over. I don't even know how many times over.
Did Gina have the baby?
Yes, we have a baby.
We've got a baby.
What is it? Is it human?
It's a human baby.
It appears to be human.
Did it come out wearing a little turban and those turned-up shoes?
No, but actually there is a funny story which I can relay.
Okay.
That Joe put in a soothing CD, and out come these sounds of all these monkey sounds. It's like a jungle CD.
Is it the rainforest? Is that what it was?
It's supposed to be, nice, soothing labor and delivery music. And all of a sudden we hear this. And so then we're out in the hall talking to the doctor who's here. And it's not her regular doctor. And the nurse said, "Don't worry, this doctor's wonderful. In fact, last week or this summer, he delivered the baby orangutan up at the Hobo Zoo."
Oh.
So he's really good.
So Mikkel, it's a little girl. We knew that.
Yeah, Jonesy, she's 7'7".
Okay.
7 pounds, 7 ounces.
And you can braid her hair.
So not that huge.
But a lot of hair, though.
Huh.
But tons of hair.
Did we think she was going to be bigger than that?
She looked bigger than that.
Now.
What? She was huge. What are we talking? What are we mincing words for? Gina looked huge.
She looks beautiful.
Yes, all pregnant women are beautiful and huge. All right.
So 7 pounds, 7 ounces.
But she still is about 10 days early, so she's a good size.
Well, that's a good size.
And everything. And was it a hard delivery? Easy? Was it?
No, not a peep. Gina didn't say a word. Just 2 pushes and out she popped. It was quick.
The baby just slid right out.
Is that because she had the drugs, right? That's why she didn't make a peep,
yes.
right?
Her thumb was going crazy on the bolus. Absolutely.
I'm tired.
There you go. Get out of here.
Well, that's great
That's good news.
Great news. I just had to. Yeah, she's probably going to kill me that I called you guys, but I had to do it.
No, I think she'll be happy you did.
Okay.
Thanks, Mikkel.
Okay, Alta.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Bye-bye. Yeah, tell her to just relax or something.
I can't decide.
Offspring's coming on August 3rd, if you're curious.
August 3rd. Let's see. I'm looking at.
I'm looking at the snow. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
It's just.
I got worried that Boba Fett died, Carrie, because Boba Fett was trending. I don't.
Well, you mean the actor?
No,
They killed him off?
Oh, I just got worried. Doesn't appear.
Did you click on it?
Yeah.
I'm not clicking on it.
Oh, is
because
this a spoiler?
I'm thinking it's a spoiler that you have already spoiled now.
It just
for The Mandalorian, which I haven't watched yet. I'm planning on watching today.
Gina, did you manage to avoid the Succession spoiler?
No, that was my thing that must go yesterday.
So you did find out what it was. Have you watched the show?
No.
yet?
Neither have I, and I know what the spoiler is.
You do know.
But
let me tell you this about it. And I'm not going to say what it is. Knowing what it is does not ruin the show.
I've heard there are things about it like there's some long shot, some amazing 30-minute long one-take shot or something.
30 minutes?
It's just how the people respond to what happens is what's important and what's interesting. Not what happens, but how everybody responds to it. So
we've got them stacked up. We got that and Yellow Jackets stacking up, and
I hate that you're not able to keep things. There's no way to keep things a secret.
Well, that show, The Beef, is so good.
I finished that.
I haven't finished it yet.
I finished that.
Those people are all just so awful.
Everyone is terrible.
Oh my God! Even when you start thinking even the little girl, think, oh, you little brat.
So my husband is not on social media at all.
Good for him.
So he's able to ignore things. So and he does this with sports stuff all the time.
Oh.
Like he wants to watch Premier League soccer with Muhammad, my son, not the prophet. And he's like, "Oh, I recorded that game. Let's watch it." And every time Muhammad's like, I know what happened. Unless you watch things in real time, there's no way.
Very occasionally, I want to watch a sporting event and not in real time. And if I do, I just go out of my way to not.
It's hard
find
though.
out. Yeah, but you can do it.
Basically, there's too many shows.
Yeah.
On this day, 1980. Ashes to Ashes from David Bowie was #1 on the UK singles charts from the album Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. Great album. All right, we got about 5 minutes to kill here.
I'll tell you that creepy thing that happened. I
What?
thought it was creepy.
What happened?
What happened?
I called the doctor's office yesterday to make an appointment, Dr. Cobble, and his receptionist said, "Oh, hi, Bill. We just saw you on TV just now," which I thought, what? Yeah, on Bar Rescue. Yeah. It's pretty weird that I call and they had just, the receptionist and the nurse, on their break, they were watching TV for some reason, and Bar Rescue was on, the one that Gina and I were on, that bar out in Tooele.
Out of all the episodes.
That's very strange. And so I was wondering, well, what happened to the bar that we went? So it was called the Broadway. Remember, we were out there 2 years ago about?
Or longer? No, longer than that.
Longer than that. I think it was pre-COVID, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. There was season 7, episode 8 of Bar Rescue. And I just looked it up, and it's... They changed, so they cleaned it all. It was called the Broadway, and they cleaned it all up and called it the Roost, and had featured chicken dinner, fried chicken dinners there, and it was a bar and so forth. But I think it's not that anymore. It seems to me that it's now called the Pit Stop Bar and Grill.
Yeah, I don't think it lasted.
And I'm under the impression that, and maybe somebody knows more about it than I do, probably, but. The people who had the Roost was that woman who he was screaming at because she was an alcoholic, and John Taffer, the owner of the host of the show Bar Rescue, and he took a glass out of her hand and threw it and broke it on the floor.
Yep. Yes, it was.
It's called the Pit Stop now.
Yeah,
and it looks
is
different.
It still open?
Yeah. It's called the Pit Stop, and it's got
6 tonight.
It's got racing flags hanging out in front of it. But I think it's different owners now, which I don't know. It's just, but I just thought that was so weird that they were.
Tom in the chat room says, "I don't think a single bar from Bar Rescue has ever stayed open or stayed the way he changed it to."
Hey, the Pit Stop does drag shows.
Well, they do.
Apparently. Yeah. They do a drag show, and I'm just looking on their Facebook page. Yeah, they said, was he really like that, the John Taffer? And I said, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yep. He's sort of, you could tell he's sort of a megalomaniac kind of, you know.
And we were there all day.
Yep.
As filming for things like that often
Which is why I don't like to do that stuff.
It's still. I'm looking at pictures of the Pit Stop inside. It still looks pretty good inside. And it's. I did tell them that the crew was great.
Yep.
On that show, they were terrific. Anyway.
All right, let's do a promo and crawl towards the exit, shall we?
I need to find it. It's right. There it is. I have it.
I've got the schedule right here for Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
There's a schedule?
Yes, and a script. I mean, I write down every word that you hear on the Radio from Hell show every day.
I don't ever get a schedule or a script.
Probably best that way.
Yeah. Radio from Hell, scripted and scheduled every weekday morning right here on X96.
It's not really.
Pretty much.
So it's a lie. That whole promo was a lie.
I mean, we have a sort of a schedule.
Yeah, we have a schedule. All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
It's sort of a schedule.
Marcy is next.